Welcome to Atlantic City, New Jersey, home of the MAAC men's and women's basketball championship. Tonight is championship evening for MAAC women's basketball between the number 2 seed Fairfield Stags and the number 1 seed, the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Welcome inside Jim Wheeling Boardwalk Hall. Logan Rundy, right next to my main man, Ethan Hudson. Ethan, what an event we have today. Really the matchup people were looking for in this moment, on this day, at this hour, at this time of the year.
Yeah, well, Logan, first off, great to be here with you as always.
As always.
This is the best day of the MAAC tournament, obviously a championship. 2 teams that met last year, they're meeting again. Obviously, as we talked about pregame, Quinnipiac probably has a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. But here's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see a high-scoring affair. As you know, Quinnipiac and Fairfield have the 1 and 2 offenses in the MAAC. Quinnipiac has 4 players on their team averaging above double digits. And as we know about Fairfield, what can we say that hasn't already been said? Katie Lamro, Meg Anderson, Cyan Coe, Jill Herder. I mean, come on. This is great basketball.
Great basketball at the greatest time of the year here in mid-March, March 9th. What a day it is going to be. Quinnipiac, again, one of the best offensive teams in the conference, just behind Fairfield. Quinnipiac and Fairfield, as you mentioned, Ethan, number 1 and 2 in most of the major categories here in the MAAC Conference.
Yeah, they are, and that's because these are by far and away the best 2 teams in the MAAC Conference. Listen, Quinnipiac has a stifling defense, allowing just 51 points a game. And Fairfield, like you said, is not far behind, 56 points a game. So, Logan, I think we're going to see good scoring, obviously, because both these teams can shoot the rock like nobody else. But we're also going to see some defensive prowess in this game, right? Going to be some steals, going to be some diving for some loose balls. These are both gritty teams. They'll do anything it takes to win.
2 gritty teams. Let's take a look at today's starting lineup. For the visiting team first, that'll be the Fairfield Stags. Katie Lamro is eligible to play today after an ejection yesterday, held to 0 points.
Yeah, that was quite a game to watch. As you said, she was ejected, but Logan, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the MAAC rule is because it didn't result in a fight, she is allowed to play. Is that correct?
Correct. No fight. The commissioner of the MAAC has ruled deemed to play today just because it wasn't too intense. Then we have Ella Ryan. She's an excellent three-point shooter.
Yes, she is an excellent three-point shooter. Top 10 in the MAAC this year. She can really stroke that thing from deep. Fairfield's going to have to make a really key point of limiting her three-point attempts and not letting her get good looks.
How about her twin sister, Sydney Ryan? She's a three-point specialist as well. Really gets it done outside. Right around 36% on the year. Ella Ryan's right above 40%. 2 of the twins who just grew up shooting the basketball.
Yeah, they really did. Like you said, it runs in the family, obviously. It must be a gene thing because both of them can shoot that 3-ball. Sydney Ryan almost averaging double digits, 8.8 a game. Very, very big contributor for Quinnipiac this season.
Then you have the captain, Jackie Grisdale. She's been here, walked on a few years ago, and has been instrumental for the Quinnipiac Bobcats the last 3 years.
Yeah, Jackie Grisdale, as you said, this team's leading scorer and really heart and soul of this team. She's averaging just under 13 a game here. She was an all-MAAC selection. Great player.
And Ella O'Donnell, the full award. She can do pretty much everything. The one thing she can't do is shoot the 3-ball. However, her defensive presence is better than anybody.
You're right. She can't do the 3-ball, but what she can do is rebound very, very well. She's averaging just about 6 a game. Once again, top 10 in the MAAC this year. Cyan Coe is going to have her hands full for the 2nd game straight.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the rest of the Fairfield lineup. Sydney Scott, the 3-point specialist, has been solid. Hit 2 yesterday, but struggled for the rest of the game.
Yeah, she did. But you said those 2 threes that she did hit were very, very timely for Fairfield. They helped spark energy. And as we said last year, I believe it was last year, she was 6 for 6 in the championship game.
6 for 6,
3.
man.
So listen, if we have anything close to that, I would say Fairfield will be pretty happy.
Jill Herder coming off a career night, 19 points on 5 3-pointers.
Yeah, I mean, Jill Herder, man, put the team on her back last game. Not always known as being one of the main scorers on this Fairfield squad, but she can light it up when need be. Obviously, we've said to it ad nauseum. She's the brother of the NBA player Kevin Herder. She can score the rock when she wants to.
Absolutely. Megan Anderson, the road runner, one of the couple on the floor. She's going to run the floor as that name implies, and also she does a little bit of everything on the offensive end.
Yeah, she does. She still had 17 points last game. It was actually 0 for 8 from 3, but if anything, that just says that she doesn't need 3-pointers to make her impact on the game. She can get inside. She's great touch around the rim. Very excited to see what she comes out with today.
Somebody that's improved from their first year to their sophomore year, Cyan Coe, the sophomore from Canada.
Yeah, Cyan Coe, Logan, you said it, improved is so right. I mean, she looks so much more comfortable out there. I had a chance to speak with her a couple weeks ago. She said, I have so much more confidence this year. I know what my role is, and it's really paid dividends on the court.
Absolutely. The final woman for Quinnipiac will be Carson Martin, one of the best players in the MAAC Conference, one of the best ball handlers in the conference as well.
Yeah, Carson Martin can flat out play, right? She was the 6th player of the year for the MAAC this year, and for very, very good reason. Averaging just above 10 points a game, but she really provides a spark when some of Quinnipiac's main scorers are getting tired.
Let's take a look at our matchup. Key matchup for the day. Katie Lamro will be the guard for Fairfield. She'll go against Martin. For Katie Lamro, tough day yesterday in terms of emotions, shooting, pretty much anything you could think of around the game of basketball. How did she get to regain her stride today?
Well, I think, again, I've said this so many times, but the best players have the shortest memories. So last game should be out rear view window for Katie Lamro, right? We know how much of a competitor she is. We know how much she's going to want to make her impact on this game, and I don't doubt her. I just don't doubt her.
I think Carson Martin had a great game yesterday. She was emotional after the semifinal, and somebody that wants this more than anybody.
Yeah, she is. I mean, like you said, great ball handler. She hit some timely threes for Quinnipiac. That was a great game we saw, by the way. Excellent MAAC basketball, and she's a main reason why the Bobcats were able to prevail.
Bobcats in a great spot after a great season for both sides. Both teams have over 25 wins this year. This game will be on ESPNU, which is such a cool experience as well. Let's take a look at the games from yesterday. Quinnipiac faced off against Iona in an overtime thriller.
Yeah, that was, as we were just talking about, that was a great game. Credit to Iona. They played really tough defense, really held with Quinnipiac, a team that has, without a doubt, more firepower on offense. But in the end, OT, I think fatigue got to Iona. Quinnipiac was able to scratch out the W.
Big games yesterday. Ella Ryan, 15 total points. Carson Martin, 19. They combined for 34 yesterday. And then you got 12 from Anna Foley, who's going to back up Ella O'Donnell off the bench.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if anything, that just says that this Quinnipiac team just has a ton of scoring in a ton of different ways. It's either in the paint or the three-point shooting by the Twins, as we said. Fairfield definitely, by far, has their biggest test to this championship game, as it should be.
Biggest test, Fairfield yesterday came out and defeated Merrimack by 17 points, although got out-rebounded, something that Quinnipiac does extremely well.
Yeah, Quinnipiac, as you said, is one of the best rebounders in the MAAC conference. They have, I believe, 3 players that average over 5 rebounds a game. Now Fairfield, and they're not weak in many aspects, but if we had to pick one, what would we say? Rebounding, right? Yeah, and you know that very well. You cover this team extensively. Rebounding has been a thing that Coach Carley stresses in press conferences and practice. So Fairfield, if they want to complete this three-peat, they're going to have to dominate the boards.
Fairfield, one of the worst rebounding teams in the conference, just above Niagara. They average 32 a night. Combined opponent rebounds, Quinnipiac and Fairfield give up the most a game, right above 30 as well. Defensive rebounds, both teams are not great rebounding teams. However, that's where Quinnipiac is going to have the upper hand.
Yeah, and also Quinnipiac has the best rebounding margin out of all the teams in the MAAC. They out-rebound their opponents by about 4 per game. So Fairfield, as I said, is going to have to really be physical down low, get those offensive and defensive boards.
Absolutely. Both teams are firepowered on both sides. On offense, Fairfield, the best offense in the conference, 76.3 points a game. Quinnipiac just trails behind them by 6 points, right at 67.7. Flip them on the defensive side. Quinnipiac, the best defense in the league. They only give up just above 50 a game. Fairfield in the mid-50s as well. I mean, what else could you want here on a Monday night in March?
Logan, we've got everything. We've got defense. We've got offense. We've got three-point shooting. We got rebounding. This is going to be a great game, and I'm happy to be here with you doing it.
What a pleasure it's going to be. We'll be back for tip-off next. National Anthem right through here in Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. Welcome back to Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. We're just about ready to get underway here for this MAAC Women's Championship game, a game that a lot of teams have had circled on the calendar, but these two teams were always at the top of the conversation during the year. Quinnipiac will be all in their classic white uniforms, Fairfield in their alternate blacks. Quinnipiac's going to travel from east to west on the TV screen and here in Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. Fairfield will travel from west to east in the first half as well. Two teams, two excellent schedules, excellent records, but it's all going to be settled here at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall this evening.
Yes, it will. As you said, two of the best teams in the MAAC facing off for a second year in a row. Of course, Coach Carly and her squad will want to three-peat. Coach Fabry will, of course, want to put an end to that.
Cohen O'Donnell will get the tip up. All the talk is aside. Let's get it going here at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. A little miscommunication on the tip, and we are underway at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. Fairfield wins the tip as Lamoureux corrals it around half court. Jill Herder will get the offense going, guarded by Ella Ryan. Herder looking for options. Good defense so far from the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Herder's pivoted 3 times. Anderson guarded by Sydney Ryan. Switches. Carson Martin now defends her. Lamoureux on the right wing, guarded by Sydney Ryan.
And Lamoureux's going to have to get going early here for Fairfield.
Lamoureux held scoreless yesterday, trying to get it going early here. Sydney Ryan smothering defense, tries to get over to Scott. Anderson collects it, saves it from going out of bounds. Jackie Grisdale defender. Anderson elevates with the left hand and rattles in and out, halfway down and up. Cole gets the rebound. No foul call, but Anderson's right there to clean it up.
Yeah, and that's all because of Cyan Co right there, being active on the offensive glass.
Carson Martin, Tricia Fabry's main ball handler, crosses the timeline. Lamoureux, Martin, they're going to guard each other as we anticipated. Ryan's got on the left wing. Martin pops up at the top, guarded by Lamoureux. Jackie Grisdale to the right wing, swings it to the corner to Sydney Ryan. Ella O'Donnell gets Cyan Co on the right wing. O'Donnell jab steps, goes inside. Co's got a lot to do. Steps through with the left hand and rattles out.
And that's good D by Co right there. I like that.
Katie Lamoureux pushes the other way. Quinnipiac gets back well. Kicks it. Co, not a three-point shooter. Got it on the three-point line on the right wing. Dribble handoff with Anderson, who thought about the three-pointer. Guarded well by Sydney Ryan on the right wing. Now into the corner. Anderson trying to back down. Ryan tries to step through. Elevates. Has no shot. Good defense by the senior.
This Quinnipiac defense is just suffocating.
Herder asking for a screen from Anderson. Anderson refuses. Co sets it instead. Gets past Ella Ryan. Step back. 4 on the shot clock. 3-2. Herder elevates at 1. Gets her own miss and finishes once more.
Great follow. That's already 2 offensive rebounds for Fairfield. If they can keep that going, they're going to be a hard team to beat today.
Good defense for about 25 seconds. Bobcats got to get something going on the offensive end. Wild pass to Grisdale's caught right in front of the Fairfield bench. Bounce pass inside to O'Donnell. Co will be the defender. Good cut by Martin. Then she goes away to give O'Donnell space. O'Donnell spins, fires, misses once more. Co the rebound.
Yeah, that was a great move by O'Donnell. Just couldn't finish right there.
Lamoureux pushes against Jackie Grisdale. Behind the back, loses it, turnover. Grisdale trying to push the other way, 3-on-2 in favor of the Stags. Grisdale slows things down, then drives on Lamoureux with the left hand, decides better if it pulls out. Gets it to Sydney Ryan, looking for O'Donnell inside. Good defense by Co. And a foul's going to go on Cyan Co. That'll be the first team foul, first on Cyan Co.
Yeah, and Fairfield, too. You're going to have to be careful with the turnovers here. Quinnipiac is a team that doesn't turn the ball over very much. They led the MAAC in the least amount of turnovers this year. They make you pay on those turnover points off turnovers.
Absolutely, they do. Lauren Beach will check in right away to make sure Co stays out of foul trouble. Co, an essential piece to this Fairfield team, gets a lot of the minutes and a lot of the rebounds. Square set for Quinnipiac. Inbound goes to Ryan. Martin on the up screen gets it back, curls around. Lamoureux can't get over. Elbow jump shot, no good. Lauren Beach tapped it, then Sydney Scott corralled it. Lamoureux pushes the other way, guarded right at half court by Jackie Grisdale. 5-out offense for Fairfield. Sydney Scott sets a down screen, gets it to Herder on the left wing. Herder drives around. Grisdale foul's going to go on the push. It's going to go on Ella Ryan. That'll be her first personal.
And I like that call right there. I got worried for a second when he blew the whistle. He was going to try to call offensive. But goodbye, the official, to see.
Quick check-in for Foley. Gets O'Donnell right away. So interesting switch quickly, trying to get those bigs rotated. 1 foul for each team. 7:29 in the first quarter. 4-0 to the designated visiting team. Anderson sets a back screen, does a good job of it. Lamoureux behind the back dribble, then gets it to Anderson. Good defense by Grisdale, out of position just temporarily. Anderson thought about elevating, she doesn't. Still backing down on Grisdale, steps right through, blocked by Foley.
Yeah, Foley is such a presence down in the paint.
Martin trying to take it herself against Sydney Scott, shovel past Grisdale, then Martin gets her own pass back. Ella Ryan, great three-point shooter, tries to elevate, drives instead, gets to Foley, elevates, fires, and is fouled. Foley will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was a great driving dish right there by Martin. Led to the foul here. Chance for Quinnipiac to get in the board here. One of the best free throw shooting teams in the MAAC as well.
Lauren Beach will check in. Foley, not an excellent free throw shooter. Just at 70%, it's a solid number. She gets the first one to go.
That one looked pretty smooth.
Anna Foley, the junior from Andover, Massachusetts. Southpaw, looking to get 2 of 2 to the line, cut this Fairfield lead in half. And cannot do it. 4-1, just that one free throw for Quinnipiac. Herder pushes the other way. Slows things down, 5-on-5. Lamro, good back cut. Foley will pick up another personal. That'll just be her first. Quinnipiac fans not happy about it.
No, but I think that's the right call. And part of what makes this Fairfield team so dangerous is all these players move it out the ball so well. As we saw Lammer right there, made a little jab cut, got by her defender, was awarded with the foul.
O'Donnell checks back in for Sydney Ryan. Just a 7-woman rotation for Quinnipiac, more than likely. Herder will be the inbounder on the line set. Gets it up to Megan Anderson, guarded by O'Donnell at the top, somewhere where she's a little bit uncomfortable. Lamro, Jackie Grisdale tried to pick it off. Lamro corrals it instead. Lamro steps back, straight line three-pointer. Too strong, gets nothing but the backboard. Looked like a foul could have been called, and it will be. Foley picks up 2 fouls in 10 seconds.
Yeah, and that's already Quinnipiac's 4th foul here. Just less than 4 minutes gone in this first quarter. Got to be careful not to go into the bonus too early for Fairfield.
Sydney Ryan checks back in just after a brief break. Foley picks up 2 quick ones. Diamond formation for Fairfield. Anderson is underneath the basket. Lamro at the top of the key. Then you got Beach and Scott in the corners. Scott sets a down screen to Anderson. Dribble handoff goes to Jill Herder, driving on Ella Ryan. Back cut. And a traveling violation is called as Herder couldn't corral the basketball.
Yeah, that was great defense right there by Ella Ryan on Jill Herder. Made her really, really uncomfortable. She had a tough time even catching that ball from Meg Anderson.
Stags turned it over a bunch yesterday against Merrimack, 19 times. Uncharacteristic. Sydney Ryan, the inbounder. Morton, Janelle Brown is checked in for Fairfield.
How good has Janelle Brown been for Fairfield this tournament?
She's been awesome. Not necessarily in every stat book. Another turnover for Quinnipiac. Speaking of turnovers, Quinnipiac has turned over the basketball a lot in this tournament. Just 12 yesterday, though. Anderson inbounds to Janelle Brown. The new point guard is Lamro is now in the corner. Brown looking for instructions from Coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis in her 4th year. 102 wins so far in her Fairfield career. Lamro drives back to the basket. Double team underneath by Ryan. That's Sydney Ryan and Jackie Grisdale. Anderson drives. It is off her knee, going the other way.
And already, Logan, we've seen the referees through this tournament have allowed very, very physical play, and that's been continuing thus far. A lot of bumping, a lot of hand checking.
We were talking about it this morning. This could be a very physical basketball game that the referees allow to be settled on the floor. Sydney Ryan, the inbounder. Quinnipiac's made some substitutions. Maria Kelly checks in, the junior from Ireland. One of the 2 Irish women on this basketball team, O'Donnell being the other. Martin gets it to Healy. Not a bad three-point shooter.
Great fake.
Looks like she traveled, got away with it. O'Donnell up fakes and goes. Then she kicks it to the corner. Jackie Grisdale for 3. Knocks it in. Tie ball game.
Yeah, and that was all caused by O'Donnell right there. Attacking the paint, then kicking out to Grisdale in the corner.
Brown drives on Martin. Offensive foul. Janelle Brown's body control. Couldn't do enough with it. Quinnipiac has taken the momentum from the Stags after an early 4-0 start.
You're right. I think we're going to see a lot of that. A lot of momentum shifts, a lot of little mini runs. These teams are too good for this game not to be a close one.
Indeed, Healy will be the ball handler. Gets it to Sydney Ryan. Anderson picks her up right after the timeline. Ryan looking for options. Not normally a ball handler. She's more of a three-point specialist. Healy looking for options. Finds Martin at the top. Not really into a set here halfway through the shot clock. Now inside, Ryan to O'Donnell. Jabs and goes. Lauren Beach at a disadvantage. Anderson will poke it out. Good help defense.
That was great help defense by Anderson.
Stags look a little bit disjointed defensively. Communication has been poor so far. Both teams just trying to get those emotions out of it and settle into this ball game. 4-4 about halfway through the first period. O'Donnell gets an easy roll. No foul call, which is insane.
Yeah, it looks like Brown got away with one right there.
Lamro kicks. Anderson thought about the 3. Good defense by Ryan. Bobcats are switching everything so far. Lauren Beach gets it off a deflected pass from O'Donnell. Anderson looks to elevate. Can't find any room. Double teamed again. Double teams have come pretty quickly on Anderson so far. Jill Herder jabs, goes, finds some space.
Great
Good back
look.
cut. Lauren Beach layup is good.
What a cut by Lauren Beach right there, and what a find by Jill Herder. That's the benefit of course, dribbling with your head up.
Jill Herder, much improved category this year. Really looking for options, trying to write her own story here. Slips, falls, Brown found it, jump basketball. It's going to be possession Quinnipiac because Lamoureux had won the tip. And it's going to be our first media time out of the ball game. As we expected, a lot of emotions have led to a lot of chaos.
Yeah, exactly. There's been a lot of energy right there. You just saw Janelle Brown viciously try to rip that ball away from Quinnipiac. And as she should, this is a game where you can't not have energy. You have to leave it all on the floor for a MAAC championship. What could be better?
Quinnipiac had their struggles yesterday against Iona. They were actually down 2 at the end of the first period and trailed for most of the ball game until eventually tying it at the end of the fourth quarter and winning by a point in overtime off a missed layup by Zoe Ward. You just got the moment was the best of her, man.
Yeah, and you could argue that maybe Quinnipiac shouldn't be here right now because of that layup. As you said, that was a wide open look by Ward, and she just unfortunately completely blew the bunny.
Blew the bunny indeed. Pretty sporadic start here. Fairfield just 38% from the floor. Quinnipiac even worse at 20. Two teams that are the best offenses in the conference. Two teams that shoot the three ball extremely well have struggled early on.
I have to say, Logan, I feel like this has happened a lot to us. We talk about pregame how good offenses are, and the game comes out, and it's kind of a sludge. It's kind of just a defensive battle, and that's been the making so far.
Absolutely. Fairfield, not necessarily a bad shooting percentage yesterday, just shy of 43%. But the big number is they were under 30% from 3 at 29. A team that has shot poorly in this tournament before, that cannot happen today if the Stags want to win a third straight MAAC championship.
Yeah, you're right. They have shot the three ball poorly since being in Atlantic City too, but that does feel like they're due for a game where the trays start falling.
Quinnipiac shot even worse yesterday, 35.5%, 24 of 68. Only 8 made three-pointers. That's good for 30.8%. Two teams that are notoriously good offenses have really struggled in Atlantic City. We've talked about it many times. It's a very big facility, and if we're being honest, not all the seats are filled, so sometimes you're not seeing people. And these arenas in the MAAC, none of them are particularly huge, right? So you're seeing a lot of those seats being filled. Allows for different shooting visions, pockets, things like that. And the players have talked about that ad nauseum.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Jill Herder in particular said that the depth perception here at Boardwalk Hall can be a little tricky. Can take a little bit to get used to, but she did emphasize that everyone is dealing with the same thing. There's absolutely no excuse.
No excuse indeed. However, both teams are very different at home and on the road. So far this year, both teams won the road matchups. Two matchups between these two teams. Quinnipiac came in at the end of January on January 31st, beat Fairfield on a Thursday night. Then a couple weeks later on Valentine's Day, Fairfield spoiled the hearts of the Quinnipiac faithful and beat them on the road as well. Now we're at a neutral location. If you want to be technical, both teams are on the road, if you will, about a 3-hour drive from both schools. It is also getaway for both schools and their staffs as well. So it is interesting. It's been an interesting dynamic. Both schools have been here for a few days. Fatigue has set in at times, but again, this is the most important basketball game of the year.
Absolutely, man. You can't play this game. You can't let fatigue dictate this game. This is, for one of these teams, going to be the last game of the season, the end of the careers for some players. This is not the game to leave some gas in the tank.
Indeed. Anderson, Lamoureux, Jill Herder, Lauren Beach, Janelle Brown for Fairfield. The Ryan twins, Grisdale, O'Connell, and Carson Martin for Quinnipiac will be the 5 to get us going outside of the media timeout. Sydney Ryan will be the inbounder as the jump ball leads to Quinnipiac possession. Carson Martin asks for a screen, denies it instead, goes in on Brown, stops, fakes, could have elevated, did not.
Great D.
By Sydney Ryan's threes, blocked by Anderson, trying to go to the cup. Carson Martin looked for the steal, disrupted the shot for sure. Over the back, call by Lauren Beach. It's going the other way.
Yeah, and you see Meg Anderson clap her hands there. She knew she left one on the board right there. Left-handed layup. Maybe you said maybe a little bit of nerves so far in this game. Usually, I would say 99 out of 100 times, Meg Anderson's making that fast break layup.
Indeed, Martin, good defense just to get back there. Sydney Scott checks in for Janelle Brown, and correction, Janelle Brown was the woman that picked up the foul. Carson Martin will drive here on Lamoureux up to Ryan, right on the MAAC logo sign at midcourt. O'Donnell looked for the handoff, will complete it. Ryan, and a traveling violation. Good defense by Lauren Beach to cause some disruption.
That was great D by Lauren Beach. Ryan just got a little sped up there.
Both teams struggling early offensively. 6 turnovers between the two sides. The visiting team has 4. Lamro to Lauren Beach, who was shooting the 3 pregame, however, does not shoot many of them in-game. Lamro, errant pass is picked up by O'Donnell, but ends up in Morton's hands. Looked like a foul. Does not get called until now. It's going to be called on Anderson, as Trisha Fabry was going nuts on the sideline.
Yeah, and again, already bodies are crashing to the floor. Logan, you said it last time. When bodies hit this floor, you can hear it. This is a hard floor. You're going to see a lot of bruised knees after this game.
A arena that's not used to basketball. This is usually the only weekend of the year basketball is played. If you are here or have ever been here, it is a very open space, and it's used for many venues such as boxing, performances, things of that nature. But Carson Martin will be at the line because Fairfield's over the limit. Good free throw shooter, gets the first one. Carson Martin yesterday got 5 free throw attempts, knocked down all 5 of them.
Yeah, and she was so clutch for Quinnipiac yesterday. Really took it upon herself to try to will this team to the championship game.
Martin continues her perfection, knocks them both down to tie the ball game. 6-6 here, 3 minutes 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Herder at the right wing, inside. Anderson's back to the basket on the elbow. Then she faces the basket, draws it out to the three-point line. Lauren Beach on the left wing. Herder rolls off it. Anderson looking to get it back. She does not. Sydney Scott gets it at the top of the key. Chest pass over to Herder on the right wing. Anderson's posted up on the smaller Martin. Tough angle to get it to her. Now she does. Martin trying to get square again. Anderson steps through the lane. Good hands by Sydney Ryan. Steals it. O'Donnell forces the turnover.
And Quinnipiac has been crowding that paint for Fairfield. It's made it so tough for Meg Anderson to try to get going.
Carson Martin backs it up a little bit. Gets it to Ella Ryan. O'Donnell's posting inside on Beach. Ryan decides to take it herself. Elevates. No foul call. O'Donnell gets the miss and now is fouled, but is called a traveling violation.
Logan, kind of a sloppy game so far.
Boy. Very sloppy indeed, but sometimes you expect that in these championship games with two teams that, with all due respect to both universities, do not like each other.
No, they don't, and they should not.
Cyan Coe is checked back in, the sophomore from Bolton, Ontario. Katie Lamro stays in. Everything's the same for Quinnipiac. Herder, Coe at the top of the key. Anderson rolls off it, gives Coe some space to operate on the smaller Ryan.
Great fake.
Fakes it up, is fouled, and cannot finish. Coe is a sub 40% free throw shooter. Let's see if she can get a couple at the line for the Stags.
That's a good sign, though. I like that Cyan Coe is coming out of the gate aggressive. She made a great little shoulder fake. Moved to her left, just couldn't get it to go. It is going to be rewarded with 2 foul shots.
2 foul shots from the sophomore. That's drastically improved from last year. Was very good last year. All MAAC rookie team. First free throw, spins the basketball and nets it.
And that looked pretty good for a 40% free throw shooter, I have to say.
Yeah, the form's not bad. Just the consistency is what needs to improve. Cyan Coe looking to get the second one to go for the perfect trip at the line and does just that. Stags take a 2-point advantage to the under 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. Martin's played the entirety of the quarter. Crosses the timeline with the basketball. Martin crossover, guarded by Lamro. Martin does have space to operate. Lamro's giving her a couple feet. O'Donnell sets the screen, rolls off it. Martin couldn't see it. Then she drives, right-hand layup off the front of the basket, and it will go out of bounds off O'Donnell.
Yeah, and that was a great attack by Martin. Just couldn't get it to go. Again, some of these shots are just not falling for both squads. But a great crossover on Lamro to get into the paint.
Lamro is picked up by Grisdale this time to Anderson. Top of the key, Cyan Coe. Coe elevates and throws it to Herder. Ryan, that's Ella Ryan on the defense. Sydney Ryan will be tested with Coe right after that. Coe trying to go back inside, trying to make something happen. Gets Ryan in bad position, elevates, and finishes. Pretty finish from Cyan Coe.
What touch that was. He put a little bit of English on that one. Wow, great power move there by Coe.
A little bit of English for the Canadian. Martin gives it up to Grisdale, guarded well by Sydney Scott every step of the way. Grisdale does get a step, kicks to Ella Ryan, fakes the pass, then completes it to Martin. Inside O'Donnell, dribble handoff. Martin elevates from 8 feet off the glass, nothing but the backboard. Lamro pushes the other way, 5-on-4 advantages. O'Donnell trails the play, finds Herder, left wing three-pointer, too short. Ella Ryan the rebound. Ryan pushes the other way. Fairfield has the advantage in pace. Quinnipiac pushing it though. Martin thought about the three, gets it to the better three-point shooter. Ella Ryan steps back, three-pointer, knocks it in.
Yeah.
Ella Ryan, how about it? She says, you can't leave me open.
No, and Lamro's got to do a better job of staying on her feet. We talked about it last broadcast. She gets a little jump happy sometimes.
Anderson, Lamro was knocked down, no foul call. Anderson drives, right hand on the left side, gets everything but the finish. Sydney Ryan pushes with Morton. 5-on-5 in the half court. Things slow down with 1:15 remaining in the first quarter. 10-9 Fairfield advantage. Grisdale, left-handed pass to Ryan, who can drive on Herder if she wants to. Decides to do just that. Steps back, hesitates, then drives. Looking for options now. Gets to her sister, Sydney. Then gets it to Morton once again. Morton trails it out. So that's 7, 6, 5. Elevates at 4, 3. Blocked by Lamoureux at 2. Coe gets the rebound, and the offense is going the other way for Fairfield. One of the best transition teams in the MAAC conference. Herder, scoop pass. Lamoureux drives inside, trying to Euro step her way through the lane. Gets everything but the finish once again.
And Lamoureux had Sydney Scott wide open in the corner for a 3 there.
Lamoureux just didn't see it over Grisdale. Morton is going to take this down as far as she can. 17 seconds separate the game and shot clock.
And Quinnipiac can go 2 for 1 here.
Could go 2 for 1. They're going to elect not to as the clock ticks under 30. Ella Ryan trying to get into her post back on the smaller Herder, does just that, trying to elevate. Picked off by Cyan Coe. One shot probably for Fairfield. And Coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis has that index finger in the air for 1 shot left.
And Fairfield could end this quarter on a make. That would just, I think, give them momentum heading into this second quarter. Give them some offensive spark.
Herder gets things going at 9. 8, 7, 6, 5. Lamoureux hoist at 4. Nothing but air. Clock's going to stop at 1.4. Quinnipiac has some room to operate.
And unfortunately, Lamoureux's shot has looked very off. It's only the first quarter. There's plenty of game left. And as we've seen, she can get off to slow starts and then really, really heat up in the later quarters.
Kelly checks back in for Foley. Morton gets a well-deserved break. Foley trying to elevate. Doesn't even get it across the half-court line. 10-9 is the score going into the second period. Two teams, sloppy basketball, but looks like things slowed down there in the final couple minutes.
Yeah, things did slow down a little bit. It seems like both teams kind of caught their breath. But listen, as you said, we thought going into this game, this would be an offensive firepower. Not at all. Fairfield is shooting 29% from the floor. Quinnipiac 18, and guess what? We've already had 10 turnovers combined between the two teams. Got to tidy that up in this next quarter.
10 turnovers between the two teams. The two teams are also shooting 6 of 25 combined for the best offenses in the conference. Not a great showing so far for both sides. However, two teams that have been in positions of struggle before. Fairfield lost some big games early. They lost down in Howard and Washington, D.C. against a tough opponent. They came back, bounced back in Las Vegas a couple of days later, beat a couple of quality teams. Quinnipiac's non-conference got off to a bad start. However, here in the MAAC conference, they went 19-1 and have won 2 straight here in the tournament as well. So two teams that have dealt with adversity before and have been able to bounce back.
Yeah, and you talk about Quinnipiac going 19-1, being the 1 seed. Logan, you were talking about this earlier to me. They might be a little ticked off that even though they're the 1 seed, Fairfield was still the team to be ranked in the AP top 25 at 25th. So as you said, definitely saw a little bit of bad blood.
Two teams that don't like each other very much. However, they have a great deal of respect for each other. And many times, Trisha Fabry has had a lot of respect for Coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis. On the other side of it, Carly Thibault-Dudonis has claimed that Trisha Fabry is one of the best coaches in the conference as well at times. But it's weird. Coach Trisha Fabry has served over 30 years at Quinnipiac, but graduated from Fairfield, was a Fairfield Women's Basketball Hall of Famer, and is now trying to spoil some of their history for her new school.
It is funny how things work out, right? It's a small world. Listen, she was a baller for Fairfield, too. Averaged over 14 points a game, I believe.
Oh, yeah, just under 15, actually.
Yeah, wow. So she could hoop.
Man, Trisha Fabry can hoop, and a lot of coaches are going a lot of ex-players going into coaching. Trisha Fabry's been excellent so far during her tenure, has brought this team to the final the last couple of years as well. First full-time female coach in history. This is year 31 for her.
Wow.
Won 2 MAAC championships as a player. She had 1,600 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 3 first-team all-conference selections when she was playing in the MAAC just about, I won't say how many years ago. It was a little while ago, though.
10 years maybe? No, she's had an illustrious career in basketball. She's done so much for women's basketball representation, too, especially in the MAAC. Part of the reason why the MAAC gets the attention it does now is because of her.
No doubt about it. Her recruiting class has been excellent. The two sisters are here. Sydney Ryan played at Furman for a little while before coming with her sister in this recruiting class as well with Ella Ryan. So, again, a lot of good recruiting. Carson Martin has been probably the find of the last 5 years for Coach Fabry. Healy from Ireland. O'Donnell has been a dominant force. Not playing today is Paige Girardi. She's been awesome. She's dealing with an injury right now, though, so she's not available. So, again, there's a lot of great recruiting here in this conference. This game being nationally televised has been excellent for Connecticut basketball, even though we're here in New Jersey. It's just a great battle between two Nutmeg State teams.
Man, we've got 30 more minutes left, man. A lot of basketball to be played.
30 minutes remain. Von Fleet is checked in for the first time. The first year from Barendrecht, Netherlands for Fairfield. Herder gets it off the bounce pass, working on Ella Ryan. 3-level scorer. Herder trying to get into the first level, get it off the backboard. Nothing but the backboard once again. Herder struggling early.
We've seen a lot of air balls from this Fairfield squad so far. Uncharacteristic.
Healy to Ryan. Gets it to her sister, Ella. Ella Ryan trying to drive on the first year of Von Fleet. First year on first year crime. Great defense from the Netherlands native. O'Donnell in. Great back cut by Grisdale. Knocked away by Sydney Scott. Tenacious defense by her, as she's done all year.
Yeah, she really has, man. She's so good at always keeping her hands up, poking in those passing lanes, as is all of Fairfield's players. I mean, they are one of the most disciplined teams in terms of guarding the passing lane that I have seen.
Box formation for Quinnipiac, just a simple cross screen to get O'Donnell free against the smaller Lauren Beach. Floater is good. Quinnipiac takes their first lead of the day.
Yeah, and you can't blame Beach for that. I mean, O'Donnell got the ball so low, and she's taller than Beach, weighs more than her. That's in the bucket every time.
Indeed, Lambro sits the down screen. Beach rolls off it, trying to post up on O'Donnell. It's man defense for now. A little bit of zone look as well for Quinnipiac. It's a man zone. It's just the man on the ball handler. Von Fleet gets it to Lauren Beach. Straight 5-on-5, man now. Lambro trying to cross over, inside out dribble, then crosses over to her right hand, looking for Lauren Beach. Shot clock's about to expire. 3, 2, 1. 1 second on the tie-up. Advantage is going to go to Quinnipiac once again.
And you know, Logan, I don't mean to keep criticizing Lambro, but right now she just looks unsettled. She's dribbling way too much, not getting to her spots, making kind of risky passes. I mean, we've seen her make already a couple turnovers, which is uncharacteristic of her. Going to have to really clean some things up here.
Lambro struggled the last couple of days. Been a tough 24 hours for her. Got to find a way to make a couple of things happen, at least to give Fairfield a chance. Healy's the primary point guard. Carson Martin is checked back in. The junior from Georgia has had an excellent year. Grisdale gets it on the right wing. Grisdale had it tipped away by Scott for a second, then backs up for 3 off the front iron and off the backboard. Lambro gets the rebound uncontested. 5-on-5 in transition. Herder gets it on the left wing, guarded by Healy. Inside to Lauren Beach to try to post up on O'Donnell. Drop steps inside, left-hand layup. Foul was called by the far official.
Great move by Lauren Beach. I mean, again, even though she's a veteran on this team, it feels like even her confidence offensively has just grown. I don't think last year we would have seen her look for that shot in the paint.
Huge emphasis during the offseason when I talked to Coach Blake Dujanis, assistant coach that is. We want Lauren Beach to get involved in the offense. She has a lot of talent, and she can cut better than anybody. That's obviously paraphrased, but it's been a point of emphasis and a point that has been improved throughout the year for Beach. Beach right in the mid-70s for free throw shooting this year, knocks in the first one.
Yeah, and free throw shooting also, of course, could be proved to be an important factor, as it has in many close games this MAAC tournament.
Beach 2 pounds of the basketball and elevates to make it a perfect trip to the line. Fairfield regains the lead 12-11 with 8:21 remaining here in the first half. Martin gets it to Healy. Healy's been the primary point guard on the previous 3 possessions, including this one. Sydney Ryan gets it on the smaller Herder, good defense, then gets it inside to Martin, who's guarded by Lambro. Martin steps back, gets it to Sydney Ryan. Inside, O'Donnell trying to rip through against Lauren Beach. Doesn't have any options, then rips, drop steps inside, hesitates, elevates, and scores. What a pretty move by the Irish woman.
Yeah, and you see Cyan Co checking in, and I think that's a good move because Lauren Beach, no fault of her own, it's just overmatched down there.
Megan Anderson will join her at the next stoppage. Beach looking for options, somebody to move. Von Fleet thought about the 3, thought better of it, swung all the way around from Scott to Herder. Back to the middle with Von Fleet. Sydney Scott peeling off into the right corner. Nobody finds her. Lauren Beach looking for options. Finds Jill Herder, who thought about the 3, then goes inside. 1-2, and a foul is called on O'Donnell. That'll be her second personal.
And Jill Herder has mastered that ball fake. I mean, teams respect her three-point shot so much that ball fake goes up, so does their hands, and their feet leave the ground.
Indeed. Ella Ryan will check back in for Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac is 6 on the floor temporarily, gets O'Donnell out of there. Von Fleet, after just a few minutes, checks out, along with Lauren Beach. Diamond formation. Co sets the down screen for Anderson, then Anderson sets the up screen for Co. Co jab steps, working on the smaller Sydney Ryan. Gets in a good spot. Double team by Healy. Co steps through. No, 2 defenders, 2 points for Cyan Co.
Yeah, again, she has that drop step just patented. That is automatic.
14-13. in favor of Fairfield in this heated Connecticut rivalry. Ella Ryan steps back temporarily, then waves everybody off, creates some separation on Anderson, drives inside, left-hand layup, everything but the bucket. Sydney Scott gets the rebound, shovel pass to Anderson. She'll control the basketball before she gives it to Katie Lamro. Fairfield's offense looks out of sorts, then possessed by Herder, back to the basket. Got to get going here with just 18 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, and this is awkward, as you said, this offense.
Herder, pass from Ko goes through her hand. She only got 10 to operate. 7, 6, 5, elevates from 3 at 4, and knocks it home. Jill Herder, 6 3-pointers in the last 2 games.
Yeah, and that was a tough shot. Feels like sometimes Jill makes the tougher ones and misses the easier ones, but no matter. 3 points for Fairfield.
Herder keeping Fairfield in this ball game. Martin jab steps twice, then gives it to Ryan on the left wing. Then gets it to Healy, guarded by Anderson. Scott's going to guard Grisdale. Grisdale looking to get it inside to Sydney Ryan.
Great
Thought about a 5-second violation. Did not. Grisdale, beautiful step through. Could not get it to go down. Martin, free throw line jumper, too strong. Cyan Ko gets the rebound.
And both squads, there's a lid on the basket for both teams here. They're taking good shots, just not falling.
Quinnipiac just 25% from the floor. Anderson inside off a feed from Lamro. Herder trying to make it back-to-back. And nothing but nylon string music. Timeout, Quinnipiac.
And how about that vision from Meg Anderson? She could have very easily tried to force a shot in the paint. Instead, draws the defender, makes a crisp chest pass in the corner for the Herder tray.
Fairfield goes on a mini run here, 8-0. They're 3 of their last 3, including 2 Jillian Herder 3-pointers. Quinnipiac on the other side of things hasn't scored in over 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's credit to some of the Fairfield defense. Very, very pesky. This is a physical, man. I just can't get over how physical all these games have been this tournament.
Merrimack and Fairfield went at it yesterday. Probably the most physical test Fairfield has had all year. May have prepared them for this battle. And then before that, at noon yesterday, probably the most physical women's basketball game I've seen in a while between Quinnipiac and Iona. Both teams have transferred that physicality over here today to make this an excellent battle.
Yeah, and while we have a break, I just wanted to make a quick congratulations to our men's team. Unfortunately, we fell in the semifinals to Siena, but it was a great, great season, a great postseason run. Braden Sparks really led this team. Had a great ending to his Fairfield career.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew Jameson, Kyle Scano, had the call last night for that ball game. Siena got 51 combined points from Gavin Doty, the sophomore phenom, and the other contributor to that was Justin Schultz, who was just tremendous.
Yeah, they're going to be a hard duo to stop if they're on. I mean, Fairfield, I thought, played some pretty decent defense on them. They're just tough shot makers. That's what they are.
They're going to have to make some shots tomorrow night against the Merrimack patented zone. That zone is so hard to beat. Kavar Kennedy, MAAC Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year, both of those were unanimous. It's the first time in MAAC history that has happened as well. Siena definitely has their hands full, but Merrimack does too. Doty's a real player, man. It'll be interesting to see if he stays in the MAAC next year.
I'm curious, Logan. That's a good point because let's be honest, he could be on a better team if he really wanted to. I mean, great kid. We saw him in the press conference. Very smart young man. But wow, he can play.
Can play and is very humble about it too. When we talked to Coach Jerry McNamara yesterday, he was like, I'm going to have to keep Gavin Doty calm, cool, and collected because all he wants to do is play basketball tomorrow night. The men's final will be tomorrow night here at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall at 9 p.m. EST. Unfortunately, we will not be here. It is getaway day for us no matter the result of this game due to the loss last night. We'll be back in Fairfield this evening.
With a little luck, yes.
A little luck, man. We'll see if it's this evening or early tomorrow morning.
That's what we're wondering.
We'll see. The way this game's going right now, it's been pretty quick in pace, just about 36 minutes through it. However, still 5 minutes on the clock. Pretty good crowd here on hand. A lot of yellow and blue for Quinnipiac. Fairfield's filling out behind their bench. Not as well, though, I would say.
Yeah, and Quinnipiac always travels well. That's one thing about this team.
Got a lot of Quinnipiac fans in front of us as well. So we get underway here. Anna Foley checks in for just the second time after a couple of fouls. Carson Martin, Sydney Ryan, along with her sister Ella, and Jackie Grisno. Jill Herder, minutes continue. Von Fleet will come back. Cyan Ko, Katie Lamro, and Megan Anderson.
Yeah, and if you're Quinnipiac, you want to try to get Foley involved here.
Foley gets involved with the first touch of the basketball and gives it to Carson Martin. Looked like a shadow press there from Fairfield as they back off pretty quick. Martin looking to go inside to Foley. She's getting involved early, as Ethan mentioned. Dribble handoff, Jackie Grisdale, then gets it to Foley. Well, Jackie Grisdale thought she was 8 feet tall, and it's going the other way. 4-on-5 in favor of the Stags. Kick. Anderson, three-pointer, just where Herder hit hers. Same result, Jill Herder, 9 straight points off, 3 3-pointers, 2 from Herder, 1 from Anderson.
Okay, so Quinnipiac right now is entering a semi-dangerous zone. Fairfield's obviously starting to get that three-pointer going. We saw it with Meg Anderson and Jill Herder.
Fairfield has extended their advantage to 10 temporarily until Anna Foley, as you mentioned, gets involved and hits a 16-foot jumper.
Yeah, Anna Foley's really, really talented. Can stretch the floor pretty well for a big, as there's Van Vliet.
Van Vliet's only 4th shot of the tournament is offline. Martin trying to steer the ship here for Quinnipiac in this tough time. Ella Ryan fires, looking for 6th straight point, gets her own miss, fakes the pass, goes inside, looking for options. Lollipop pass to Sydney Ryan. Martin starts things over. Van Vliet working on Anna Foley inside. Tough matchup for Van Vliet.
Yeah, this is a very tough matchup.
Martin only has 7, 6, 5. Anna Foley sets the screen. 4, 3, 2. Martin's got a fire, then gives it to Foley quickly, trying to get back-to-back buckets. Cannot get it. Cyan Cole pulls down another rebound.
That was a good contest by Van Vliet right there.
Herder, 2 3-pointers in 3 possessions, trying to get 3 possibly. Thought about shooting a third. Martin, good defense. Van Vliet on the left wing gives it to Coe at the top of the key behind the 3-point line. Lamro has not touched the ball in 3 straight possessions. Cyan Coe looking to operate on the smaller Ryan. Thought about stepping through, elevates to Herder. Herder's got 5, 4, 3, uses a Coe screen. 2, got to elevate.
Wow, what a
does,
spin.
and it's a travel instead.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think about that one, Logan? That looked close.
I agree with it. I think she picked it up just a half a beat early.
Okay.
We'll see the replay here in a second. Replay as she got inside, couple of pound dribbles. 1, 2, 3. That's a travel.
Well, I don't disagree. I would say I don't think that gets called as often as it should.
I think it should have got let go, but I do think it is a travel. How about that?
Yes. Okay, there
Sloppy
we go.
turnover. Ryan's sisters not on the same page. Good defense by Jill Herder.
And Quinnipiac already has half of their season average in turnovers, already at 6. Only averaged 12. We still got 3 minutes to play in the second quarter.
23-15 in favor of the 2-time MAAC champions in the last 2 years. Coe trying to step through once again, trying to add 2 points. Foley rips down a great rebound.
Yeah, that was a good move by Coe, just could not convert.
Martin's 25-foot pass switches it into the front court. Martin trying to drive. Lauren Beach will check in at the next stoppage. She's been sitting for about 4 minutes. Martin looking for an outlet, finds Foley, who's got her back to the basket. 14 to go on the shot clock. Ryan's trying to elevate for 3, hounded by Anderson. Instead, she drives. Instead, right-hand layup is good.
Yeah, Meg Anderson got caught behind that screen a little bit. You got to fight a little harder, try to go over it rather than under it.
Lamro pushes the other way nice and quick. Herder on the right wing, guarded by Ella Ryan. Inside, Anderson, Jackie Grisdale, tough position. Anderson made that shot harder than she needed to and stepped through in the wrong direction.
Yes, she did. Should have gone right up with it.
Martin, chest pass, Sydney Ryan. Quinnipiac's rolling here, 4 straight points. Ella Ryan trying to find Grisdale, instead finds Martin on the opposite wing. Inside, Foley, Coe was too aggressive, and Bitt got lucky on the miss. Sydney Scott pulls it down on the right side.
Good strong rebound by Scott there.
Jill Herder finds Cyan Coe on the 3-point line, 0% on the year. Just 2 attempts. Coe trying to drive herself on the taller Foley, steps through, beautiful move,
Wow.
Beautiful result for Fairfield.
Wow. Now, Logan, while I'm happy with that result, I don't think Fairfield can continue to just give Cyan Coe the ball on the 3-point line and tell her to go get a bucket.
Yeah, that's going to be adjusted for sure by Tricia Fabry here after the next 2 minutes of play. Foley, beautiful baseball pass to Ryan, high off the glass, and Ryan answers. That's Ella Ryan.
Yeah, that was a great little banana cut by Ella Ryan right there. A little lack of communication by Fairfield on defense.
Ryan leads the Bobcats with 7 points. Coe looking for options on the right wing. Does not dribble the basketball either, so pretty much a standstill at that point. Herder gets it to Coe again. Silence once again. Then she dribbles the basketball inside. Up fakes, goes, step through. Got away with the travel, missed the shot anyways. Grisdale careens to the floor, gets back up quickly as Martin crosses midcourt.
Martin 0 for 5 tonight.
Martin trying to be 1 for 6 now. Will continue to miss. Sydney Scott is going to pick up a foul, and Anna Foley, great offensive ambition of the basketball, will keep another possession for Quinnipiac.
Yeah, and that's definitely the right call. I think she actually took a shot to the face a little bit by Scott there. It's Fairfield's first foul of the second quarter.
Anderson's going to take a seat more than likely for the remainder of the half along with Foley. Lauren Beach will replace her. Von Fleet checks back in as well. Carson Martin is in. O'Donnell checks back in for the final 92 seconds. Good read by Herder on the back cut by Martin, except Sydney Ryan careened the basketball. Ryan gets called for a travel that may not have been one.
How many travel calls have we seen this game already? At least 5.
And
wow.
Look, let me tell you, after watching the league for a while, the NBA that is, they don't call any of them, so I'm a little bit happy
You're
to see
right.
it.
It's nice to see it, too.
No hate to the NBA, but It is true.
It is very true.
Lamro restarts things after Lauren Beach inbounded. Beach at the top of the key. Lamro trying to get the basketball again. DHO, a little sloppy. Grisdale could have got called for the foul, and it is a late call. So
Yeah, and that's a good call. Grisdale a little too overzealous right there on Katie Lamro.
Grisdale picks up her first personal with 69 seconds remaining. Herder's possibly talking about the ball being too slippery.
Yeah, you're right. The referee here just trying to dry it off for her.
True shooter's thought. Gets it inside to Lamro. 5 out offense for Fairfield. Von Fleet gets Lamro on the back cut. Could have elevated, did not. Good crossover by Lamro to find some space. Herder finds that space instead, elevates. This time, not the result she's looking for. It's as it's off the back iron and rebounded by Carson Martin.
Yeah, but I want Jill Herder to keep shooting. That's a good shot.
Martin has not scored, but has done well on the boards as well, and the assist totals. Ryan looking for space to operate on Herder. Instead gives it to Martin on the right wing. Overzealous pass by Martin as Beach picked it off. Herder trying to drive inside on Ella Ryan. Not good spacing for Fairfield until Sydney Scott finds it way off the mark. And Carson Martin pulls down 2 rebounds in just as many possessions.
And Fairfield down to 33% from three-point land.
Martin has not scored. Stags down is the call. Interesting call against a team that has dominated them in the past few years. Grisdale bounces right in front of the Fairfield bench. Then looks for Ella Ryan. Will find her eventually, but he's only got 10 in the quarter. 6-5, elevates at 4.
Great D by
misses
Van
the
Fleet.
shot. Saved on the baseline. Grisdale couldn't find it. It was saved by number 14, Emma Lazat. The sophomore from Saco, Maine, only averages about 5 minutes a night, but she's in here, and the quarter expires. Some conversations being had between the officials to see if there was a shot clock violation first.
Yeah, you're right. And I think they might put just a couple tenths of a second on this clock. It won't matter much.
Just to go back and rewind that play, Lazat had saved the basketball. Grisdale fired, and it was an air ball at the end of the shot clock. There's going to be 0.8 on the game clock due to the possible shot clock violation. Looks like 0.8 is a good guess. I mean, the clock was going so fast.
And 0.8's enough time to get a shot up.
It is. Grisdale's going to guard full court, so Lamro's going to have some challenges here. Shovel pass, not even a shot's going to be up, and that will end the first half. Fairfield will lead by 6 heading into the intermission. Both teams have struggled early on. Fairfield at 35% shooting. Quinnipiac at a very small number at 27. Both teams are 16 of 42 from the field and even 33% from the three-point line. Both teams have shot the free throw line well. They're 7 of 8 as combined. Both teams with 18 rebounds. But the biggest thing is the turnovers. Both teams have combined for 17.
Yeah, that turnover. This has been a messy game. And honestly, I thought it would be a little bit cleaned up by now, but I'm sure at halftime both coaches are talking to their squads about we have to be stronger with the basketball. We have to make more intentional passes. But listen, Fairfield right now, like you said, shooting 35% from the floor, 33% from 3, and they're still up by 6, right? They're still up by 6, and we know that this is not by any means the best basketball they can play. So I think if you're Coach Carly, you take the bad with the good. You say, listen, our shot's not falling, but we're still up by 6, and there's some things that are in our control that we can take care of that'll help us win this game.
Absolutely. There's definitely stuff to work out for both sides, but Fairfield does hold the advantage if you're Coach Fabry. You've been in this spot before, right? Against Fairfield, even at the game that they won, they were down at points as well, just about slowing things down. That was one of the fastest first halves, just around 46 minutes. So again, very quick first half against two teams that love to run the basketball. But I like what the officials are doing. They're calling things that should be called, but also letting things go and letting the two teams decide between themselves.
Yeah, Logan, that's a great point. Part of the reason why this game has been so fast, I'm sorry for our folks at home, as you see the PA announcer going crazy right now, but part of the reason why this game has been so quickly is because whistles haven't been called that much. I mean, as you said, we've only seen 4 free throws for Fairfield and 4 free throws for Quinnipiac. It's only 8 total. That's not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot. The bonus was reached for Quinnipiac just once at the end of the first quarter. That was just an even 5 fouls. That's what it ended on as well. So again, 2 teams that are playing very disciplined, 2 teams that want it more than anybody. Quinnipiac, as you mentioned, probably coming out with more of a vengeance, I would say. Just a team that's, to put it bluntly, been disrespected all year.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they obviously don't get the same attention as Fairfield does. And I'm not saying they should get perhaps the same. They should get more, for sure. They should get more. They're a great program.
Yeah, great program indeed. 2 great programs have 20 minutes to decide who is taking home the 2025-2026 MAAC Women's Basketball Championship. That will tip off in around 13 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. We're just about ready to get underway for the second half. Stags will take a 6-point advantage into the second half. They will also start with the basketball. However, Quinnipiac has bounced back well after a good run from Fairfield in the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, Quinnipiac, they did respond primarily through points in the paint. Right now, Ella Ryan is leading the charge for Quinnipiac, 7 points, 3 for 7, and also hit a tray. Also 3 rebounds. She's basically doing it all for this Bobcat squad.
Speaking of trays, Jill Herder continues her great three-point shooting. She's knocked into a 4.
Yeah, Jill Herder, once again for the second game in a row, has kind of been this savior on offense for the Fairfield squad. Again, Logan, it was odd enough to see Katie Lamros not score points last game. Right now, she's 0 of 3, 0 points. Yeah. I have to say, I am pretty shocked.
Yeah, pretty shocked indeed. She's over her last 9 between the two games. Just feels disrupted. Carson Martin, even though she hasn't really done much as well, just those 2 points, guarding Katie Lamro extremely well.
Yeah, you're right. She is guarding Lamro very well, and she's making Lamro look a little flustered. She's making Lamro look sped up. Again, we've seen a lot of stagnant dribbling from Lamro, not really purposeful dribbling, which is what she's usually very good at. So I want to see her just calm those nerves, calm that mind. Can't blame her, of course. I mean, this has been a whirlwind of a weekend for her. Got to settle in here and do whatever you can to help your team win.
Lamro has never had 2 games back-to-back where she did not score in her college career. If it happens today, it will be the first time at an unfortunate time, well, especially if you're a Fairfield fan and you end up with less points than the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Right now, you do have the advantage. Fairfield will start with the ball out of bounds. Fairfield will go east to west. Quinnipiac will go west to east in the second half. Both teams will shoot towards their respective benches. Fairfield will start with Lamro, Megan Anderson, Sydney Scott, Cyan Coe, Jill Herder. Jill Herder has played an extensive amount of minutes. She's at 20. She played the entire first half alongside Lamro. You'd expect Lamro and Herder at least to play 35 plus.
Yeah, at this game, absolutely.
If not all 40. Anderson will be the inbounder. Lamro standing just 3 steps into the backcourt, guarded well by Grisdale. Put a little pressure on to start this second half. 20 minutes decides who will walk away MAAC women's basketball champions for the 25-26 season. Cyan Coe, the crossover, working on the smaller Sydney Ryan. Good defense, though, by Ryan.
Great defense, but Cyan Coe just overpowering her right now.
Coe, creative, just got everything but 2 points.
Yeah, $1 million move and a 10-cent finish right there.
Patented Ethan Hudson quote right there. Carson Martin, errant pass. Anderson steps through, crossover, left-hand finish, rattles home.
Yeah, that was great left-handed finish by Meg Anderson. She's always so active in those passing lanes.
Very important 5 minutes here for the Bobcats to make sure this doesn't get out of hand.
That's absolutely right. This could, if Fairfield goes on a run, they can be hard to stop.
This is usually Fairfield's weakest point in the ball game, these first 5 minutes in the third quarter. Ryan trying to put some stop to it, knocks down yet another 3-pointer. Ryan knocks down her second.
Wow, that was deep, and that was semi-well contested by Ryan. She's really on her stuff this game.
Ella Ryan just 1 year into college basketball. Looks like she's been here forever. Sydney Scott, that ball will be on the floor at the entry pass from Megan Anderson. Good movement by Fairfield on the offensive end.
Yeah, it is good movement. And again, if you can draw a foul like that on a cut, you're Fairfield, you'll take that eventually. A couple more of those, you'll be shooting free throws.
Herder will be the inbounder as she normally is. That diamond set again. Coe, instead of setting a screen, will get the ball right out of bounds. Working on Ryan. Looks like she's going to go to that drop step, but loses it temporarily. Jump ball favor to Quinnipiac.
Yeah, wow. Great job by the older Ryan sister right there, holding her ground. Coe, very physical player with strong legs, but Ryan.
Fairfield turns it over for the 9th time. They're halfway to their average, right around 18. Foley will be the inbounder, checked in for Ryan, who forced the jump ball. Lamro picks up Martin all the way down the floor, then backs off, gives her a couple steps as they dribble down. Martin just a couple of crossovers to get across. Lamro's out of position.
Lamro got caught reaching right there.
Martin, bounce pass to Sydney Ryan, guarded by Herder. O'Donnell back to the basket, makes the catch at the free throw line. Holds it for about 3 seconds. 4, 5, then the count starts. O'Donnell then gets a straight line drive somehow and blows the layup.
Yeah, it's just not Quinnipiac's day right now on offense. I mean, we've seen a lot of missed layups right now from the Bobcats.
Coe to Lamro, then to Herder. Coe gets it back at the top of the key. Sydney Scott left wing. Looking for Anderson on the curl, does just that. Triple team, then steps right through. Anderson, what a pretty finish with the offhand.
Yeah, that's a lot tougher than it looks. How about that George Gervin-esque finger roll finish by Meg Anderson?
George Gervin, NBA Hall of Famer. Carson Martin guarded by Lamro. Fairfield has extended their advantage to 7. Martin gets it to Ella Ryan, who's been Quinnipiac's most consistent offensive player so far with double digits, trying to add 2 more to that, and does just that.
I have to say, Logan, I'm confused on these. Fairfield just not communicating on some of these cuts.
A lot of points have come off of Fairfield mistakes more than anything. Jill Herder drives, kicks to Ko, then Herder yells at her to cut. Anderson kicks, backs up, three-pointer is way too strong. Foley comes up with a good rebound.
And I don't love that possession from Fairfield right there. It didn't really seem like they knew exactly what they wanted to do.
Martin pushes it across, guarded by Lamro, as she has all day. Ryan against Sydney Scott, good defense. O'Donnell was open on the post-up. It is now entered inside. Sydney Scott wasn't looking, so couldn't corral the basketball for the steal. Martin in the corner. Anderson does a good job shielding O'Donnell down low. Foley has it at the top, not a three-point shooter. Drives on Ko instead, is a lefty, steps right through, and is going to get the benefit of the foul call. Looks like Jill Herder stepped in and slapped her on the wrist.
Yeah, right there. Herder did get a piece of her wrist right there. It was a good idea to try a double teamer. I like that. It's a little too aggressive. Got to stay fully vertical.
Like that from you. Fully vertical. 1 of 2 has split the pair so far at the line today. Trying to get Quinnipiac into this ball game. Just down 5, trying to make that just a 1-possession game. Foley's left-handed release is good. Cuts the lead to 4.
Logan, if you were to tell me that we would be close to halfway through this third quarter and no team has reached the 30-point mark, I would tell you you're full of it. But here we are.
We are here. I was full of it. But O'Donnell splits it, 2 of 4 on the day. Anderson's going to be the point guard on this possession. Double down screen to try to free Herder. Both screens were not very good, so Lamro has it at the top of the key. Lamro crosses. Beach is not a three-point shooter, so she dribbles inside. Lamro's got to be an option. She is. O'Donnell, great defense with those long arms. Great crossover by Lamro. Tough finish, and is still scoreless. Good rebound by O'Donnell.
And it was a great move by Lamro, just knifing inside once again. Rolls off the rim.
Martin's been held to 2 points. Active hands by Janelle Brown. She's the last to touch it if it rolls out of bounds. It's chased down by Brown.
How about that hustle right there by Janelle Brown?
Good defense, though, by Quinnipiac to get all the way back. 5-on-5 in the half court with the full timer. Grisdale is going to get a ticky-tack foul. That's important because that'll be Grisdale's second. Herder and Grisdale have some words for each other.
Yeah, they do. Once again, these teams are not fans of each other. Fairfield got to be careful, though, to keep this mental aspect in check. Can't get your emotions get the best of you right here.
Fairfield has received two flagrant fouls in the tournament so far. Quinnipiac is 0. Lamro chest pass. Anderson looks at the timer, needs to operate, finds Lamro at the top of the key, who rolls off it. Lamro trying to push inside, steps back, crosses over, had 2 opportunities for a shot, decided better of it, then goes to Grisdale in the post. Good defense by Grisdale. Martin helps out a little bit. Anderson's got to hoist the three-pointer, too strong. Fairfield offense is dead silent.
Yeah, once again, just a cluster of Fairfield players in the paint. It doesn't look like they know what they're doing.
Janelle Brown gets called for a foul, is overzealous. Martin didn't really have much control of the basketball. This game is getting chippy and chaotic.
Yes, it is.
Maria Kelly checks in, sophomore from Ireland.
Fairfield right now in a scoring drought, haven't scored in the last 2.5 minutes.
Junior from Ireland, excuse me. Foley gets it to the junior. Janelle Brown, good defense on somebody that doesn't really dribble the basketball too often. Because of that, Brown saves it. It's going to be a reset.
That's the second time Janelle Brown's almost taken out some computers.
It's going to be a Ryan Kareem to the floor. Tricia Fabry's incensed that there was no call. Back to where it started with Kelly. Kelly gets inside to Ella Ryan, instead goes outside with it. Lamro's active hands get the steal. No change in possession, is knocked out of bounds. Lamro's talking to the officials again.
Yeah, Lamro's got a...
Carly Thibault-Dudonis is thinking about challenging. Dom Lewis, Blake Dudonis are on the iPad. There'll be 11 on the shot clock timeout. It will be challenged by Fairfield.
It's be interesting to see this replay here.
I don't think they're going to win it.
I think you're right there. I'm kind of a little surprised.
Coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis did not even look at Blake. She decided to challenge anyways. Husband and wife This could be a disagreement if they don't win it.
Yeah, it could be. And it could be Coach Carly. She saw her star Lamro was very insistent on challenging it, just wanted to have her back there perhaps, give her some trust, reassurance.
Maybe that trust and reassurance. We'll see if it comes back to bite them. Fairfield does have all 4 timeouts. Quinnipiac called one in the first half when Fairfield went on a 7-0 run, so they're with 3. However, if Fairfield is to lose the challenge, they'll lose their challenge for the remainder of the game and the timeout.
And that could prove to be costly.
Yeah, you almost want to save that challenge for later, even though you never know what's going to happen, but you just want to keep it until you feel as if, man, this is going to be a moment that changes the game.
You're right, Logan. I don't think that this play was clear-cut enough to challenge. I'm in total agreement.
Didn't look like everybody was on the same page, and if we're being completely honest, both teams in terms of coaches, players, don't look like they've been on the same page all day. It's been very chaotic, a lot of screaming, it's been disorganized. Trista Fabry is animated in her huddle right now. Can't really see Coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis, however, usually is a calming presence for the most part.
You're right. That's an interesting point because these two coaches, Coach Fabry, of course, and Coach Carly, both obviously experts at their craft, but very, very different styles. I mean, like you said, Fabry is always very animated. I mean, today more so. And Coach Carly's kind of always calm, collected, keeping a clear head, trying to lead her team, not let them get too flustered.
Yeah, definitely 2 different leadership styles. Both can be successful. Obviously, in the last couple of years, I guess you could say Coach Carly's has been quote-unquote better due to the success. However, Trista Fabry in her own right has got Quinnipiac up to 26 wins on the year. 2 teams that are looking to clinch yet another MAAC title. 2 teams that have dominated this conference for the better part of 7 to 8 years now. Fairfield has won the last 2. Quinnipiac has opposed them in one of them. The other one was Niagara, who is unfortunately went 1-29 this year.
Yeah, that is. That's a brutal season. We won't sugarcoat it, but Niagara, of course, looking to build off of that confidence in their coach that they will improve this upcoming season.
And Niagara, led by legendary recruiter Jada Pierce, just hasn't had the talent in the last couple of years. Suffered a pretty big injury to some star players last year. However, this year was almost fully healthy for the entirety of the year. Just couldn't put it together. Just 2 years ago, opposed Coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis' team in her first quest for a MAAC championship.
The officials here are still looking this over. See if they come to a conclusion soon. You expect it to be semi-soon.
Do expect it to be semi-soon. They're not looking at the monitor anymore.
No.
They're discussing possibly shot clock. If it's Quinnipiac's possession, it should be at 11. Game clock should be at 5:16. There was no play after the fact. It was saved out of bounds. Here's the call.
After review, the call is reversed.
It is reversed. Coach Blake Dudonis wins his 3rd challenge, and Quinnipiac loses the possession and turns over the basketball.
Coach Blake, my sincerest apologies for doubting you. It won't happen again.
My sincerest apologies as well.
I guess that's why he's on the bench over there and we're not, right?
Hey, man. He gets paid the big bucks.
Yes, he does.
Anderson will be the inbounder. Lamro, Jill Herder, who's played every minute of this game. Lauren Beach, Janelle Brown. Kelly, Foley, Ella Ryan is on the floor. Jackie Grisdale and O'Donnell. Restarted with Lamro on the Air Force Reserve sign, guarded by Grisdale. Straight man coverage for the Bobcats, as they've done pretty much all game with the exception of the 1 possession in zone. Janelle Brown has it on the right wing. Herder's going to set the screen, freeze Brown. Her first shot possibly, kicks to Beach instead.
I'd like to see Lauren Beach take that 3. She has so much space.
Looked like she could have taken the 3. Beach looked like she took a shot to the knee and is going to be called for a travel. That was awkward all the way around for the graduate student.
She looks a little shaken up right now, grabbing that, what is it, her ankle?
Yeah, just that whole leg just kind of twisted underneath her.
Yeah, but she's walking on her own power right now. That's good to see. Stretching that leg out.
It'll be the media timeout anyway, so we'll give Beach some time to recover. Yeah, just been out of sorts for Fairfield so far in the second half. Just mustered a couple of points on 1 basket. Quinnipiac has not done much themselves. However, again, you mentioned if both teams were under 30 points, 25 minutes into this ball game, I would have called you crazy, and I think you would have called me crazy.
I guess we're both crazy
today. All right, man.
Because,
let's rock it.
Well, listen, on the Fairfield side of things too, again, we've been talking about it all weekend. Janelle Brown has been aggressive. We've seen this kind of resurgence. Coach Carly said we saw some, in her own words, vintage Nelly a couple days ago. Guess what? She hasn't even attempted a shot this game.
Yeah,
She hasn't even looked for her shot this game. I mean, again, if the shots aren't falling for Fairfield, which clearly they're not to the same degree that we expect, then she's going to have to step up.
Yeah, Ella Ryan's led the way for Quinnipiac. She's 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 5 of 9 overall. Played 22 minutes, just had a couple of those. Her sister has been on the bench for longer than you would anticipate after her good shooting day yesterday. Jill Herder's been out there for all 40 with Lamro. If I'm Coach Carly Thibault-Dunanis, and I don't get paid the big bucks, so don't take everything I say seriously. However, maybe give Lamro a break here. She looks a little bit tired, and some of the decision-making has not been excellent. Obviously, that great steal to save a possession here, but again, I just don't think you can play all 40 minutes for anybody in this game.
Yeah, Logan, I think that's a good point. I do think some rest would serve her well. Just let her calm down a little bit. I know, again, she's one of the best competitors Fairfield has ever seen, but sometimes you get a little too lot. You can lose yourself a little bit in that. You got to remember this is a long game, still a lot of basketball left to be played.
Katie Lamro wasn't even on the bench for all 40 yesterday as she was ejected in the fourth quarter of yesterday's ball game. MAAC commissioner did not deem it enough to be a suspension due to the fact there was no flight. That was released in the press conference yesterday. So could have definitely suspended Katie Lamro. The MAAC commissioner definitely possibly should have as well. But again, Fairfield catches a break. But if you're Quinnipiac, feels like you haven't caught a break all year.
Exactly. Again, this game would look very, very different. Even though Lamro hasn't scored, that just changes your entire defensive scheme if she's not playing. So Fairfield very, very fortunate that they get their star guard to play, even if it's just for 15 more minutes.
Yeah, the star guard has been very quiet offensively, but what she does defensively and some of her energy are some of the numbers that don't show up in the stat book.
You're right. She has a lot of intangibles that are just unteachable. You either have it or you don't.
Katie Lamro played only 25 minutes yesterday, attempted only 3 shots. As you mentioned, did not score, turned over the basketball 5 times. Did not talk to her yesterday, however, just knowing her, she probably was kicking herself a little bit and probably has thought about it throughout tonight's game, trying to be safe with it. To be honest, she hasn't really held back. She's been vocal with the officials so far. I feel like you can be vocal without necessarily crossing some of those lines, and maybe she's found a way to do that. But again, got to be careful. I'm sure these officials know she was ejected yesterday.
Definitely. And like Logan, like you and me were talking earlier, I mean, now players have more leniency with officials than ever.
Ryan, Carson, Martin, Foley, O'Donnell, and Jackie Grisdale, the 5 Patricia Fabry squad. For Fairfield, Lamro, Janelle Brown, Anderson, Coe, Herder. Martin crosses the MAAC logo. Miscommunication saved beautifully by Ryan. Ryan pops out of the bench. Could have got the basketball, did not. Foley didn't see her. O'Donnell has it at the top, dribble handoff, goes to Ryan. She drives on Coe, then pulls it back out to the 3-point line. Anna Foley trying to find Martin on the back cut. Did not see her once again.
I like how Fairfield's keeping Quinnipiac out of the paint right now, forcing them around the perimeter.
Coe's playing on the perimeter. Ryan had to hoist because there was only 3 on the clock. Shot clock violation. Great defensive possession for Fairfield.
That was a great defensive possession. Again, we've seen this game that Quinnipiac's having a hard time scoring if they can't get into the paint, and Fairfield doing a great job of sealing and denying down low.
4:24 remaining here in the third period. Fairfield leads by 4. Both teams have been held under 30 on the score sheet. Lamro guarded by Grisdale. Traditional 5-on-5 defense, straight up. It's another diamond formation. Anderson got grabbed when she was attempted to set a screen. O'Donnell will pick up the personal. O'Donnell will pick up her 3rd. That's a big one.
It is a huge foul right there. O'Donnell for Quinnipiac. Extremely, extremely important.
Due to the 3rd foul, Sydney Ryan checks back in. Both Ryan girls are now on the floor.
Ella O'Donnell coming out takes away some size and rebounding for Quinnipiac.
Her companion, Anna Foley, gets a steal against Cole on the other end. Ella Ryan will be the main ball handler, then hands the true number 1 point guard, Carson Martin. Tipped away by Brown temporarily. Anderson comes out of the pack with it. 2-on-1 the other way. Now make it 4-on-1 as Coe and Lamro join the mix.
Great look.
Lamro jump stop into the paint, gets it out. Herder, top of the key, 3-pointer, gets another one to go. How about it, Jill Herder, MVP from that 3-point line.
I think Jill Herder is playing some of the best basketball of her career right now. I mean, she's the only consistent scorer for Fairfield these past couple games.
Elevates the lead for the Stags to 7. Bobcats got to get something going. Haven't had back-to-back possessions in this second half with buckets. Ryan, great crossover. Her 4-foot floater hits every part of the iron, but misses offensive rebound. But her foot was on the line on the rebound. It's going to be a turnover.
That's a great call by the official right there.
It's going to be another live ball turnover for Quinnipiac.
And Quinnipiac, it's their 16th turnover. Wow. Only average 11 per game.
Both teams don't turn over the basketball often. Fairfield just at, I believe it's just south of 12. Coach talking with the officials right now. It felt like she got grabbed underneath. Restarted with Lamro, 3:17. Both teams cheering. Fairfield faithful is a little bit louder at this moment.
Yeah, I like that.
Lamro elevates, gets that top of this key basket. Then Janelle Brown, spider dribble inside, gives to Ko.
Great fake.
Foley up in the air and finishes off the top of the glass.
You see, but that's all because Janelle Brown was aggressive right there. She attacked the paint. Two defenders collapsed in her great little shovel pass to Cyan Ko for the easy deuce.
Ryan behind the back dribble. Again, not a traditional ball handler. Gives it to her sister, who's a little more traditional. Both three-point specialists, though. Ryan gets to the three-point line, gives to her sister at the top of the key. Just a stagnant offense for Quinnipiac. Foley gets it. Martin, left wing three-pointer. Nothing doing. Lamro comes out of the pack with the basketball.
Martin's now 0 for 7 on the day.
Lamro, Janelle Brown, 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. 22 on the shot clock. Anderson looking to drive, steps back instead. Shovel pass to Lamro, excuse me. Lamro, nice crossover, thought she got hit. It's going to elevate, tough shot, does not go. Lamro has been scoreless for almost 50 minutes of play.
And she wanted a foul call right there. It was a good move once again. Just could not find a way to put it in.
Grisdale restarts the offense. Diamond look here for Quinnipiac. Foley will be at the top of the diamond looking to facilitate. Back screen by Grisdale is found. Ryan trying to get out of it. Deflected. Anderson almost incidentally. 5-on-4. Foley's trailing the play. Shovel pass. Herder looking for another one. Gets inside to Ko. Foley, good defense. Ko trying to step through. She does just that. And finishes Cyan Ko with a pretty move inside.
And I want to say, how about the unselfishness right there from Jill Herder? She's got the hot hand. She could have very well pulled that three, but instead passes up a good shot for a great one.
Timeout, Tricia Fabry, as Fairfield has elevated to lead to double digits.
Yeah, they're enjoying a 7-0 run right now. Quinnipiac's been on a 5.5-minute scoring drought, and right now they're in very, very dangerous territory.
Dangerous territory indeed. Minute 25 here in the third quarter. However, if you're Quinnipiac, you cannot go into this final frame down double digits.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I honestly think this last 90 seconds of this quarter is going to be extremely, extremely important for the Bobcats right now. They can somehow dwindle this lead to perhaps 6 or 7 by the fourth quarter. It would be a lot different than being down 11.
Just a quick 30-second timeout, about to get it back underway here. Tricia Fabry's got to find a way to draw up a play that facilitates some offense. A team that's top 2 in the MAAC conference has been held to 28% shooting, 33% from 3, which is not necessarily a bad number. They're just not elevating enough. Try to play the odds game a little bit more. Yeah. Both Ryan girls have been very quiet from the three-point line. Ella Ryan just has the pair.
And both teams also have not gotten to the foul line a lot.
Kelly that is. Kelly gets it to Foley. Foley, DHO at the top with Ella Ryan. Three-pointer from 2 feet behind the arc. It was a great shot, just couldn't get it. Tipped around. Foley had the greatest of possession.
What a hustle play.
Between the legs save, but she stepped on the timeline. Great effort from Janelle Brown.
Janelle Brown, despite the injury, still willing to put all of her body on the line for a MAAC championship. You have to respect it. She gets a well-deserved standing O as she heads to the bench.
She does indeed. Janelle Brown's played a good amount of minutes in this game, trying to keep her healthy, especially if there's an additional run after today. Kelly gets the inbound pass from Sydney Ryan. Ella Ryan that is now. Foley, good screen on Lamro. Sydney Ryan up at the top. Trying to get inside to Kelly. Gets it inside. One more to Foley, a little bit deeper. Foley fadeaway 2 is pure.
Wow. That was a great little jab and pull up by Foley right there. Much needed.
Back into a single-digit ball game, 27-36 in favor of the defending MAAC champions. Herder inside to Anderson. About to do a jab step, ball over the head, gets a bump from Ryan. Anderson gets to her spot, could kick it to Ko, does just that. Ko's going to drive instead of taking the elbow line. Jay, pretty finish. That's 3 in a row for Cyan Ko.
Oh, man, it's either the drop step or the half spin right there by Ko. So hard to guard.
15 seconds remaining, shot clock off here. Quinnipiac looking for the final shot of the quarter to cut this thing to single digits. Ryan's got 7, 6 drives, elevates at 5, too strong off the glass. Good rebound by Foley, who puts it up and in at 2. Clock's about to expire. Lambro hoists it with a half second remaining. The shot is too late, and Quinnipiac staying around. Fairfield leads 38-27 after 3.
Yeah, Logan, we're in for a close finish, I think. We saw Quinnipiac look a little more alive on offense on that last couple possessions. But Katie Lambro still held to nothing. No points, 0 for 5 right now. You'd have to think in the fourth quarter that's going to change, right?
It's been 55 minutes since Katie Lambro has scored a point.
Wow, that's a weird stat to think about.
Indeed. Again, has not been more than 2 games in her career where she has not scored a point. Has played the majority of games since she's been here. Started pretty early for Coach Carly Thibault-Dudonis in her first year and never looked back. Interesting dynamic, though. Quinnipiac's getting some offensive rebounds to give them some additional opportunities.
Yeah, you're right. Right now they are leading the rebounding battle, both on defense and on offense. It could be a saving grace for them if they can continue this in the fourth quarter.
Definitely could continue as well. We appreciate you listening in here before the final 10 minutes. If Fairfield is to advance to additional postseason play, there will be additional WVOF basketball coverage. However, WVOF Sports will take it to the spring if Quinnipiac wins this game. Into baseball, softball, lacrosse, a little bit of mix of everything. So we're still going to be with you for the remainder of the school year, which is crazy. Just about 2 months left in it. Just about exactly 2 months.
Gets quicker every year, doesn't it?
I know, especially turning the clock. Ethan and I will be with you at least for another year. Different roles next year, so it's been a fun time so far to be here. Andrew Jamison, Kyle Scannell along here with us for the last few days here in Atlantic City. No matter the result, Fairfield, including everybody from support staff all the way down to the players, will travel home this evening. It'll just be a matter if they travel home happy or sad. Looks like right now, as the tide has gone, it'll be a happy ride home. Should be about a 3-hour drive back to the Nutmeg State. Who knows, though? Jersey can get some weird traffic at some weird hours. Jersey's cool, don't get me wrong, but the traffic situation is definitely interesting.
Man, Logan, Jersey's not that cool, man. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Quinnipiac will also travel home this evening. They're about 40 minutes north of Fairfield, so they got a little bit longer of a drive.
They do. Hamden, Connecticut.
Again, the result does not matter. They're going to travel home tonight due to the fact that their men were eliminated, shockingly, in that first-round game on Friday.
Yeah, that's not what I expected, too. They did a good job containing Amari Monroe right there on Quinnipiac Marist. That is very, very impressive, close, nail-biting win.
Amari Monroe had a bunch of offers to go to Power 5 schools, including UConn, to go underneath Dan Hurley. So, again, didn't have a lot of choice, but he came back to Quinnipiac, decided to do another year at the school with the Bobcats. It'll be interesting to see what he does if he has any eligibility remaining.
UConn, really?
UConn was one of the options that he had. He did not choose to go. Rutgers was another option. Had some choice.
I was not aware of that.
Yep.
It's very impressive.
Did not choose to go. Stayed in Hamden, Connecticut, where he's been uber successful over the last few years.
Yes, well, that's true. He's made his mark on the MAAC without a doubt.
Monroe was pretty quiet the other night. Poor shooting percentage throughout the ballgame. Anderson gets the ball in to Janelle Brown, Cyan Ko, Katie Lambro, Sydney Scott.
Great ball denial here by Quinnipiac.
Ko gets it at the top and hands to Janelle Brown. Still does not have a basket in the ballgame after 8 opening round points the other day. Good move. Ko goes back to her bread and butter. This time, different result. Misses the basket. 10 minutes remain here at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall against the coast of Atlantic City.
10 minutes to decide. The MAAC champion couldn't be any more excited.
Kelly to Ella Ryan. Her sister is off the floor right now. O'Donnell, overhead pass. Foley, who does shoot the occasional three. Anderson pursues the basketball and blocks it.
That's the second time Meg Anderson has blocked a three-point jump shot this game.
Lambro to Janelle Brown. Coe's the elevator at the top of the key. Anderson on the left wing will get the ball screen from Coe. Anderson could shoot it.
Great look.
Good roll by Coe. Foul, just couldn't convert the basket. She'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, if she converted that would have brought this Fairfield faithful to their feet. But great look by Anderson. A great cut and roll by Coe. Got to knock both of these free throws down to go up double digits once again.
Coe's leading the stack today. She has a quiet 14. Trying to make that 15 or 16 during this trip to the charity stripe. Cyan Coe has been sub 40 today. She split her first pair, now 1 of 3 on the day after a miss. Coe trying to play the law of averages here, defeat it. Trying to go 50%. 50%, cha-ching, cash it in. Foley gives to Kelly, who's been quiet. She's really been in there just to facilitate the basketball. Excuse me, that's Keeley. Keeley looking for options, finds Aaron Ryan. Uses the arm to find some positioning, could not finish. O'Donnell gets the rebound, though. Another offensive possession for Quinnipiac.
Yeah, when you're Fairfield, you can't give them too many chances. One of them are going to start to fall.
Here's Keeley. Guarded well by Lamro, just 10 on the shot clock.
And Lamro's on her.
Crossover, good defense.
Like
good
white on
screen
rice
by
right
O'Donnell. Inside pass, Sydney Scott knocked it away. Got to get it up. Foley's got to elevate, does do it in time. Off the front iron, another offensive rebound as O'Donnell gets the offensive board and puts it in. 3 chances lead to 2 points for the Quinnipiac Bobcats.
If you're Fairfield, that's unacceptable right there. You can't give them that many chances in the fourth quarter in a championship game.
Coe trying to add to her nice night. 15 looked like it turned into 17. Got everything but the finish.
Coe could have 24 right now if some of these layups didn't roll off the rim.
Talking about the rims being a little bit finicky here at Jim Wheel and Boardwalk Hall. Keeley finds Ryan. Good defense. Lamro switched on to a lot of the point guards. O'Donnell inside. Ryan looking for options back to the basket on the block. Elevated pass. Sydney Scott plays a little bit of defense. It was tipped. Only 5-4 for Grisdale. Kicks at 3. Healy elevates at 2. That'll be a 2-pointer if it goes, and it does. Stepped inside and just pure nylon aboard the junior.
Broken play for Quinnipiac yields a bucket right there.
Fairfield lead's been cut to 6. Coe to Lamro. Lamro decides to elevate instead and knocks it down. All you need is a little bit of space. Katie Lamro elevates and breaks that 55-plus minute scoring drought.
Katie Lamro doesn't always answer when you call, but always right on time.
How about it? Foley controls the point. Bounce pass. O'Donnell's got a free lane. Good recovery by Janelle Brown. Ryan could have elevated, chose not to. Brown slips, holds the knee again. Gets up quickly, though. Ginger. She's only playing on one knee. Ryan elevates in lieu of that and completely airballs it, and a substitution's going to be made.
And it looks like Janelle Brown, will have to come out once again.
The other knee.
Oh, geez. She can't catch a break.
It's that left knee that she just slipped on. That right knee is the one that was torn and has the brace on it. Jill Herder checks back in, so she did not play all 40 minutes. Lamro has not taken a seat yet. Von Fleet checks back in with her. Lamro crosses the timeline with 6 minutes and 50 seconds away from clinching yet another third MAAC championship and an NCAA appearance as well. Lamro chest pass, Von Fleet. Herder curls, doesn't give it to her, instead gives to Lamro, then sets a great screen. Lamro able to keep Keeley on her hip.
Good D.
Then kicks it to Herder, who drives, elevates, and travels, but a foul was called instead. Fairfield gets bailed out.
That is a bailout right there. It looks like she shuffled her feet. How timely was that Lamro 3? Right when you feel like Quinnipiac's crawling back, inching back into the game, Lamro just takes a deep tray, nylon.
Lamro just needed something to go her way to get her back into it. O'Donnell, more importantly, picks up her 4th personal with over 6 minutes to go. That means Foley's got to check back in. Anderson gives it to Herder in the corner. It's a trap, though. Herder gets out of it nifty. Herder pushes inside, takes some contact from Healy. Kicks outside, left corner 3, Von Fleet. Martin had control of the rebound temporarily, then regains it. Martin has not been the primary ball handler. It's been Keeley during the time she's been in the ball game. Ryan hasn't had control of the basketball all day, loses it once more, but Martin corrals it. Martin to Ryan.
Good D. Good.
Looking for Foley on the smaller Von Fleet. Gets it to Foley. Von Fleet's on an island by herself. Nobody's over to help. They're all watching the basketball. Elevation is good. Foley just took advantage of the mismatch.
Yeah, see, that's great D by Van Fleet, but better offense. Nothing she can do about that.
Lamro to Herder on the Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall sign right in front of that Fairfield bench on the right wing. Herder drives behind the back, pretty dribble, elevates from 4 feet, knocks it home. Just some part of the game that is elevated for Jill Herder.
And Jill Herder's been on all night like a porch light. She has just been so consistent.
Now, for a guy that doesn't like rap, you do like your bars.
I do.
Healy into Martin. Martin's got to get going. She's only at 2 points so far. Drives in, looked like got fouled by Lamro, and is knocked out of bounds by the junior.
Yeah, Logan Lamro definitely got away with that one. You see coaches on Quinnipiac are incensed, as they should be.
Going to get the replay here. Literally a straight line drive. Lamro put her hand in the cookie jar, and that was a clear foul.
Yes, it was.
Foley with the inbounder instead of Martin. Grisdale does a circular motion. Martin gets out of it quickly. Foley goes to the ground. Anderson didn't really touch her. Fabry wanted the call, doesn't get it. Grisdale, long two-pointer, not a high percentage look, and Von Fleet gets the rebound for Fairfield.
You're Fairfield, you're in no rush. 5 minutes left, take your time, get into a methodical set, get a bucket.
Low-scoring affair here in New Jersey on the final day of the MAAC women's basketball season. Herder up fakes, then tough shot, toilet bowls around it, misses.
How about that pivot, though, by Herder? Wow.
Beautiful pivot, everything. Brought an additional 2 points. Carson Martin kicks to Foley. Ryan drives on Herder, thought better of it. Herder's been excellent on the defensive end. This time gets beat, and now the foul is called. Ryan got her foot underneath there, but she gets up all right. And Quinnipiac will head back to the line.
And if you're Quinnipiac, you absolutely need to have these free throws right now.
Those free throws will come after the media timeout. Just 6 free throws on the day so far. The Ryan girls have been held quiet. Ella Ryan, that is at 12 points. Those are all first half points.
Logan, how about Jackie Grisdale, too? I mean, 1 for 5. She's Quinnipiac's leading scorer, and she's only got 3 points right now, and that's on the 1 3-pointer we saw, I believe. That was in the first half.
Yeah, it was in the first half. Grisdale netted it right in front of the Fairfield bench on that right corner. She was out here first out of anybody. We were here about 95 minutes before the game. She was out here. Nobody else was out here. Then she went back to the locker room for a little bit. Looked good. I mean, the shooting was fine. Nothing too crazy. Not a lot of misses. Looked like she went through her normal routine, but it's been ice cold since that first shot.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you and me, in fact, were commenting on how impressed you were during her shoot-around that she was not missing. It was the same swish every time, but just proof that once you get into the game, things change real fast.
Yeah, they do change really fast. Fairfield can throw a lot at you. When Ella Ryan comes back to shoot free throws, she's right around 78%. So hopefully that's 2 points for Quinnipiac to get back into this ball game and cut it to 7. Right now it is 9. So almost if you don't get it down to 5 with a couple minutes to go, you're really in trouble.
Yeah,
if you're not in trouble already.
You're right. Already under 5 to go. 11-point game. Fairfield leading. Quinnipiac really needs to find something now.
Quinnipiac's got to find something now, and I think you're going to ask questions if you're the Bobcats. If you do not win it here against Fairfield, 2 years in a row where you just haven't found the answers in the postseason. Got a great regular season win back at Leo D. Mahoney Arena just a couple of months ago. Then lost it in February on Valentine's Day. Try not to suffer a second straight loss against a team that is excellent in the second and third time in playing opponents.
Yeah, they really are. Fairfield responds super well. Carly and her staff have been vocal about studying film, making adjustments when necessary, and that's proven to be true today.
Some of the assistant coaches, Blake Dudonis for Fairfield, that is the husband of Carly Thibault Dudonis, Alex McKinnon down there with Dom Lewis. David Klein, one of the athletic trainers, is down there. Eric Johnson for Fairfield. On the other side of the coin, you have William Sullivan, Criteria Haywood, Carly Fabry. That is Tricia Fabry's daughter. It's actually the first year she's on the sidelines after playing some excellent years.
The shot by Quinnipiac at the 7:40 mark will be disallowed. It is a
Shot clock violation, so Quinnipiac again doesn't catch a break. They're going to be down 11, so this will try to be pushed to 9 instead of 7.
You know, Logan, that's interesting. I was wondering about that. I'm surprised it didn't get reviewed a little earlier. That did seem like a very close call.
Was a close call for sure. Back to the Carly Fabry point. She played all 4 years at Quinnipiac and was an absolute stud about 6 to 7 years ago. Then you have Ashley Hooper, who's the director of women's basketball operations. So it's a very experienced staff.
Absolutely.
78% free throw shooter. That's Ryan, Ella Ryan, that is. The Brentwood, Tennessee native. The first year here, traveling up the East Coast to Connecticut. Now when New Jersey knocks down the first free throw. Quinnipiac will clip their first berth in a long, long time if they are to win this basketball game. Those two free throws will help their chances as Ryan knocks them down.
Now they're in a full court press here. I like that move from Quinnipiac.
Lamro gets across. Almost a backcourt violation. Had 1 and 1. Officials deemed it wasn't enough. Brown looking for Anderson on the post up with Grisdale. Lamro, crossover inside. She just has those 3 points. Then gets to her spot. Elevates with the left hand. That was extremely difficult. Looking for the foul. Will not get it, and deservingly so. Goes the other way with Ryan. Good chest pass by Martin. Martin resets things. Got to go relatively quickly here if you're the Bobcats.
You're absolutely right. Right now they're taking way too long to get into the set. Finally, they find the big, and
that's Foley.
Foley, yes, thank you.
Foley, another floater in the mid-range. Steps back. Not really a floater. Really difficult shot as she fades more than floats.
She's got really impressive touch. Wow.
7-point game. Fairfield, a little bit of pressure. They haven't scored here in a couple of minutes. Coe, left wing, trying to work on Foley. Crosses over, beautiful move, slips, falls, gets lucky though, and Coe looked like she turned an ankle, and she's grimacing in pain.
Yeah, she's getting up a little gingerly here. Oh, 2 back-to-back scary plays for Fairfield. First, Janelle Brown, nice side Coe.
Looks like the floor has been really slippery. I mean, it has got a lot of tear throughout the last few days. It's been over
Well, I think
15
you're right.
games.
Especially that one spot on the left lower block. I believe Janelle Brown fell a similar proximity to there.
Actually, you see a little bit in the reflection that there has been a little bit of moisture buildup on the floor. Not as sticky as it was probably on Thursday during some of those opening round games. Again, this is not an arena that's made for basketball. It just has been turned into it.
Yeah.
Jill Herter will be the inbounder. Coe looks to be all right. She'll stay in the game. She is walking gingerly, though, as she's hobbling to the corner on this set play. Herter gets the handoff, elevates with the right hand.
Great look!
Coe might have been hurt, and it affected the shot as well. Gets her own miss. Jackie Grisdale puts her hand in the cookie jar. Kicks to Jill Herter. 3! That could be the dagger. Jill Herter has been absolutely electric in the last few days.
Logan, why go for 2 when you can have 3?
Cyan Coe just fighting through the pain to kick it at Jill Herter. That could have been it. We will see, though. Foley trying to make sure it's not. On the left wing going against Coe. Martin, good cut.
This Quinnipiac crowd looks silenced and deflated right now.
Looked like a carry on the DHO as Foley took it back. Then she steps back on Cyan Coe, took her to the dance floor. Just pure nastiness.
Wow. A little do-it-yourself action right there by Foley.
Took out the DIY kit. Made something happen out of it. Anderson, Herter thought about doing another one from 3.
I like Fairfield wasting some clock right here, not trying to go too quick. Lamro gets hit in the face, and Lamro has something to say real quick before the referee comes.
Man, Lamro's got to be really, really careful.
You're right, and Coach Carly, you see telling her, hey, relax, calm down, calm down, calm down. She needs to.
Lamro is somebody that is going to talk. The officials are going to talk about it, and I think Lamro's going to get yet another one. They're going to review it. Boos rattle through. I think Lamro's going to pick up another flagrant foul. I think Grisdale might pick one up, too.
I think you're right. I think Grisdale definitely will. See about Lamro as the officials talk it over again. Man, we have seen so many flagrant fouls this. Logan, the entire season, I don't think I've called a game where there's been a flagrant. We come to Atlantic City, there's been at least 3 flagrants now.
Now, let me tell you, man, things can get weird down here in Atlantic City, whether it's the casino, whether it's just where you're walking, whether it's here in basketball. So I'm telling you, it was foggy for like 5 days. Something's in the air here.
Something is in the air. It looks like straight out of a movie set when you walk down that boardwalk.
I know, man. No replay here as the officials will take a look. We just saw a quick moment in action, so I don't want to do too much speculation, but let's just talk about the game so far. Fairfield has an 8-point advantage going into the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Any tie-up will go to Quinnipiac. Fairfield very far from putting Quinnipiac on the line. Quinnipiac is just 2 fouls away. In terms of shooting percentages, nobody's really played particularly well. Stags at 39%. Quinnipiac just shooting 1 out of every 3 going into the basket. Quinnipiac has made 15 field goals, but more importantly, they've turned the ball over 18 times.
Yeah, those 18 turnovers have been costly. Way too much for a championship game. And I hate to say it, Logan, but I think If Quinnipiac wants to have a chance in this game, they're going to have to start hitting some threes pretty soon.
Ryan girls got to get involved. Sydney Ryan's only taken one shot in 29 minutes. She's going to have to take a couple more, even if it's a little bit risky. Officials are going at both benches. Here comes the call.
After review, the call on the floor stands, just a personal foul.
Just a personal foul, so lengthy review. Nothing more than just a simple foul on Grisdale. Grisdale will pick up her third. Lamoureux, I think, is lucky once again to not pick up a flagrant or technical.
And I think that was the right call, Logan, by the official there. I mean, it was. She did hit Lamoureux in an unfortunate spot right above the eye, I believe, but I don't think you can call that a flagrant.
I tend to agree with that as well. So, again, just letting the game play out. Nothing extracurricular. I think that's pretty smart. L formation, Anderson and Brown are at the bottom of the L. The linear formation with Lamoureux and Co. completes the L at the top. Ryan's going to come out, and O'Donnell's going to come in. Quinnipiac's going to go double big with Foley and O'Donnell.
See what they draw right here out of the timeout.
It's going to be Herder to Brown at the top. Down screen. Herder's going to come all the way around, see if she can get a three. She cannot. Good defense by Ella Ryan. Herder's going to get a straight line drive. Difficult layup. Co the offensive rebound. She's got to kick it out to kill some clock, and does just that.
Smart by Co, not trying to go back up with that.
Quinnipiac will not touch the basketball with over 2 minutes to go. Lamoureux taking all the clock. Co's got a good screen on her, refuses the screen. Lamoureux trying to make something happen herself, and it's stolen. Ryan trying to pick up 2 points to cut this game down to 6.
Yeah, and that was...
O'Donnell kicks. Martin could have had the three. Brown looked to take the charge, no call.
Quinnipiac looks scared to shoot these threes right now.
Inside, O'Donnell, back cut by Martin. Overhead pass, Foley for the left wing three-pointer, and nets it. Anna Foley forces a Coach Carly Tebow timeout. Quinnipiac's within striking distance.
Yeah, they haven't been within 5 in what seems like a very, very long time. Costly turnover there by Lamoureux. Would have been so good if Fairfield could get a bucket, but now they have to respond out of this timeout.
Quinnipiac faithful getting louder. Haven't really heard much of them in the last couple of quarters due to the lead. However, Fairfield, that doesn't happen often, faces some pressure in the late stages of the game.
You're right, does not happen often, but it's certainly going to happen now. And we kind of knew that as we got closer to the end of this game, things would start getting closer. I mean, you just feel like it had to, the history between these two teams. Now Fairfield has a chance right now to respond out of this timeout and see what Coach Carly draws up.
1 minute, 44 seconds remain here at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. Just a quick 30. Lamoureux, Janelle Brown, Jill Herder, Meg Anderson. Cyan Coe will be the 5 for Fairfield. Jackie Grisdale, Carson Martin, Ella Ryan, Anna Foley, and O'Donnell will be out there for Quinnipiac. Two teams that have had heated rivalries their last 2 seasons met here just a year ago today. Fairfield was victorious in that game. Quinnipiac trying to even that series up, down 5. Possession will go to Quinnipiac on any tie-up. Energy's with the Bobcats here as we turn the tables to the final minute and a half. Lamoureux guarded by Grisdale. This is going to be straight up, even though down 5.
Fairfield needs to use a lot of this clock right now.
Lamoureux picked up her dribble, gives it to Co. Herder hasn't put the basketball down, guarded by Ryan. That's Ella Ryan. Sydney Ryan's on the bench once again. Herder trying to back down Ella Ryan, trying to find an angle.
Oh, what a move.
Got to move, but I saw it, the official saw it. It's going to be a traveling violation, and Quinnipiac catches a break.
Yep, and that was 2 back-to-back very costly turnovers for Fairfield. They're picking the worst time to give this ball away.
Energy has risen it in Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall for both sides. Quinnipiac has more in attendance here than Fairfield. Brown slips, 5-on-4. Ryan did not elevate and take advantage of it, though.
I wonder if that slip was caused by Brown's knee right there.
Foley looking to drive on Anderson. Anderson stands her ground, kicked out to Ryan. Bounce pass inside. Grisdale to cut the lead to 3. She's got it. Jackie Grisdale cuts the lead to 3.
Again, that cut that's been killing Fairfield all night proves to come back and bite them.
47-44, under 60 seconds remaining. Fairfield looking for their 3rd straight MAAC title. Quinnipiac looking for their 1st in over 15 years.
You absolutely need a bucket right here if you're Fairfield in the worst way.
Lamoureux just thought about elevating, did not. 8-7, timeout. Coach Carly Tebow Dudonis in a very stressful moment.
I like that timeout by Coach Carly. Doesn't want her team to force an errant shot. Let's get a good look and try to close this thing out right here.
Let's just settle things down just a little bit. Fairfield has had their lead cut down to 3 by Quinnipiac. Fairfield has not scored in over 2.5 minutes. The Bobcats have hit 4 of their last 4 and are on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, and again, they picked a perfect time to go on this run right now. Fairfield, as we said, it's kind of seemed to control for most of this game. But now just a 3-point ball game. 36 seconds to go. Logan, what a game.
What a game. What a pleasure it is to be able to call this alongside you, my man. What a treat it's been this whole week. 36.5 seconds remaining, maybe an additional 5 minutes as well. We will see. It's going to have to be a good offensive possession for Fairfield with only 7 ticks on the shot clock. Fairfield only 1 foul. Quinnipiac can only foul once. If it's twice, it'll be in the bonus. Officials are looking at the time on the shot and the game clock to make sure this is correct. Fabry in her 31st season trying to get another MAAC title.
Coach Fabry, man, it's been such close contest this game.
Coach Carly Thibault-Dudon is trying to do it in 3 times in 4 years after going. Looks like some time has been added on. 36.9 is the time on the clock. Another stoppage of play. The ball is about to be inbounded. It's going to be stopped once more. The 4th official has stopped play.
I'm not sure what this could be about. This gives defenses a chance to reset.
4th official has pointed to her face. Could be possible blood by chance. Don't really want to speculate. Really hard. We're about 100 feet away, so it's really hard to understand what they may be saying. To set the floor, it'll be Ella Ryan, Jackie Grisdale, Ella O'Donnell, Anna Foley, and Carson Martin for Quinnipiac. Jillian Herder, Meg Anderson, Katie Lamro, Cyan Coe, and the graduate student Chanel Brown for Fairfield. 36.9 determines who goes home with the hardware in the 2025-26 season. Herder will be the inbounder. He's only got 2 seconds to inbound. Does get it in. Coe's got it at the top. Anderson loses the basketball. Quinnipiac will retain it with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Timeout is going to be for Fairfield.
And that is now back-to-back turnovers for Fairfield. The unthinkable has happened right now. You did not expect a team like this who is so full of veterans, who has experience at Atlantic City, cough up the ball in the most important moments of the game.
Technically, you do not need a three-pointer. However, it would be ideal. There's 31.8 remaining, 30 seconds on the shot clock. If everything goes your way, you'll probably have about 2 seconds to spare with the 1 timeout. You call it right away and try to force free throws. But again, the three-pointer would be more than ideal in this situation.
Yeah, if you're Fairfield, man, no silly fouls. Don't give Quinnipiac a chance for an and one beyond the three-point line and inside.
Fairfield leads by 3. 31.8 remaining here at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall. MAAC will host this tournament for another 5 seasons. That contract was signed through 2031. This will be the final women's game until next season. Martin will be the inbounders. Both teams stay with the same lineups. Here's Foley taking a lot of time to get rid of the basketball. Looking for options in the post-up. Janelle Brown goes to double. Carson Martin could have shot it. Here's Ryan for the tie. Short. Rebound, Janelle Brown. Got a foul if you're Quinnipiac.
Great rebound by Janelle Brown.
Quinnipiac can't foul. Then the foul comes as Lamro crosses the timeline. 14.5 seconds remaining. Still a ton of time.
You're right. Still a ton of time. And Fairfield right now has to take care of this basketball. Cannot give up another turnover. They got a break right there in that last possession. Quinnipiac had a good look. Just couldn't put it down.
Quinnipiac essentially wasted 6 seconds. They still have to foul one more time to get shots. Jill Herder, who's a better free throw shooter than Coe, will come into the ball game.
Smart, very smart substitution right there by Coach Thibodeau-Dudonis.
Herder's in the mid-90s for free throw percentage. So then she goes in the backcourt. Got to be a quick foul for Ryan. Loses the basketball, Herder. And timeout was called by Jill Herder. What a smart and intelligent basketball play from the junior.
Fairfield. They must have butterfingers or something. They can't hold on to this ball.
Great pressure from the Bobcats, specifically Sydney Ryan in that situation. Just a quick 30-second. That means both teams only have a timeout remaining.
Logan, what do you think Fairfield comes out of this in this timeout?
It's probably going to be something similar. Obviously, there's a couple of different options you can go. You can run that wheel play that they run. They kind of shoot somebody long and somebody shoots out into the corner. Don't necessarily, I believe there's only about 7 seconds to get the ball across because it was inbounded in the backcourt. So again, you got to find different ways to be creative. Maybe free Janelle Brown. I'm looking for Jill Herter if she checks in, which she is, just because she's so efficient from the stripe. However, she's the inbounder in this situation. So Lamro would be the next best option, then Anderson, then Janelle Brown, then Sydney Scott.
I agree, and I think Janelle Brown's going to set a screen for Lamro right here. See if we can get her the ball.
Little cross screen. Carson Martin, Ella Ryan, Jackie Grisdale, Sydney Ryan, Anna Foley. Gets it into Lamro. That's Herter. Quick foul.
Lamro needs to hit both of these free throws to seal this deal right now.
Quinnipiac still has that one timeout, so no matter what, they're no more than likely going to call it. Cyan Coe's going to check in for Herter. Martin gets instructions from Trisha Fabry.
Biggest free throws of Lamro's career right here.
Lamro, high 80s in free throw percentage, just shy of 90, knocks in the first one.
And she looks cool as a cucumber on that free throw line right now.
Fairfield about 1 point away from sealing it. That point is right there, 5-point game. Trisha Fabry calls timeout.
And this Fairfield faithful can start to taste it now. It's in the air. 5-point game, 10 seconds left. Obviously, things are still a long way from over, but scales are tipping towards Fairfield's favor.
It's a full timeout due to the fact that it's Quinnipiac's final, so there will be a full minute. Really good game here against two teams that have dominated the conference. However, relatively sloppy at times.
Yes, extremely sloppy, Logan. I think you're being polite. This has not been a pretty game. As we see, both teams are being held under 50 points right now. Not something we would expect from the 1 and 2 offensive juggernauts in the MAAC.
Both teams separated by just 2 percentage points on their shooting for the day. Fairfield does have the advantage on the scoreboard and in that category. 38% for the Stags, just 36% for Quinnipiac. Both offenses really haven't gotten going. Credit to the defensive side of the basketball, if you will.
It was. This has been a defensive clinic for both teams. I mean, tip passes, great defensive stance. We see, I'm so impressed at how this Fairfield and Quinnipiac team, they move laterally so well.
Grisdale and Lamro, the two standout guards for both sides, have played all 40 minutes, so credit to them. Could be impactful here at down the stretch. 10.5 seconds remaining here in this MAAC Championship Women's Final. The men's final will be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Martin will be the inbounder. She's joined by Foley, Grisdale, and both Ryan sisters. Janelle Brown will defend the inbound. Anderson, Sydney Scott, Lamro, Cyan Coe. Linear formation for Quinnipiac. Man-to-man coverage for Fairfield. Martin, the inbounder, gets it to Grisdale, who steps back, three-pointer. Oh, misses it. Runs it down is Lamro and is fouled in the corner. It's going to stay with Quinnipiac with 5.5. And no foul was called. Lamro can't believe it.
Yep, and Lamro does a good job, just walks away. Can't make any silly mental errors, give them free throws off a technical or something like that.
This is a tough inbound from Martin. It's right on the corner of the bench.
This is a very tough angle, you're right.
Got to get it in. Martin looking for a prayer. It's thrown in. Nobody touches it until Foley saves it. Anderson corrals it, but it doesn't matter. Fairfield can taste it. There's 4.5 seconds remaining. Looking on the brink of, looks like it's going to be a timeout for Coach Fairfield, for Coach Carly Thibault-Dudanis.
And Logan, I think that just may do it. That turnover right there. Quinnipiac absolutely needed a 3. They didn't even get a shot up on that possession.
Coach Carly Thibault-Dudanis will use her last, might as well, to use it or lose it. Fairfield can taste it. However, victory has not been secured. Still 4.9. They added an additional 0.4 of a second to the clock. Quinnipiac can still foul, but it's got to be really quick, something they have not done well here down the stretch.
Yeah, you're right. They can't let any precious seconds tick off right here. Have to be like white on rice immediately.
4.9 seconds. Separate Fairfield for a third straight NCAA appearance. Quinnipiac, although their back is against the wall, they're not done yet. O'Donnell will check in. Looks like Ryan is going to check out. It's a full timeout here. Just a quick recap. Quinnipiac was the number 1 seed based off tiebreakers. Fairfield is the number 2 seed. However, they are ranked 25 in the country. Trying to play up to that ranking today. They have done similar to that, I guess, if you want to look at the scoreboard. The stats book may not agree with that. However, a win is a win, no matter how ugly it is.
Yes, it is. It's going to be a W in the column either way.
Scott, Anderson, Lamro, Janelle Brown, Jill Herder, they can taste it. Jackie Grisdale, Ryan, O'Donnell, Foley. Herder will be the inbounder. It's a square and about 15 feet separate Anderson, Scott, Brown, and Lamro. It's going to be a rush from Scott and Anderson into the front court. Here it goes. Trying to free Anderson up. It's an off-ball foul, which means that's automatic shooting since it's a dead ball.
Well, that's just a very pointless foul by Quinnipiac.
So it's a dead ball foul, which is automatic shots. They were over the limit anyways, so it didn't matter. Cindy Scott will be the free throw shooter. Cyan Coe went to the table and decided not to check in. Keeley will check back in for O'Donnell, offense, defense here. Ryan will go get her sister, Sydney. It's going to be the officials' timeout. They're going to review the time of the clock.
Yeah, I think you're right. See what they come up with here.
They're allowing Coe to enter just because it is 1-1, so they were curious if she could enter, and she can. Big for rebounding purposes.
Yeah, that's a smart substitution right there.
Cindy Scott is at the line. Scott did not shoot free throws yesterday.
She's 83% in the year, though. Pretty good, consistent shooter.
Still 4.9 on the clock. 2 shots for Scott. That pretty much does it. It's a 2-possession ball game no matter how you slice it.
Yep, Fairfield, man. What a gritty win this will be.
Another one, no timeouts for Quinnipiac. Got to inbound the ball quickly. Everybody's in the backcourt. Martin, chest pass. Keeley. Fairfield has won it for a 3rd straight year, and it's over. Fairfield wins a 3rd straight MAAC title, cut down the nets, and they're going dancing into the MAAC tournament.
Wow, did you have any doubt? What a team, what a season, what a game, what a tournament this has been.
NCAA tournament appearance. It's another one, 3 in 3 years. Another win for the Stags.
Yeah, Logan. Like you said, it wasn't pretty, but they found a way to get it done as they have this tournament. This tournament has shown that Fairfield is one of the grittiest teams, I would argue, in the nation right now. One
of the best teams in the nation. The ranking does say that. Another win for Coach Carly and her staff. That's 3 in 4 years, 103 wins. Absolutely incredible from Coach Carly Thibault Dudanis and the Fairfield University Stags.
Yeah, man. So happy for the seniors, too. So happy that Janelle Brown, Lauren Beach, Sydney Scott all get to experience this NCAA tournament, maybe make some noise this time. Wow.
I want to give a lot of credit to Quinnipiac. It's a battle between everybody, players, coaches, schools, education. It's just another win. They have an excellent media team as well that has shown up for everything, whether it's a game on the road, whether it's a regular season, postseason. They're taking up about 4 rows worth of media staff. I want to give them a lot of credit as well. Some big wins throughout the year. Went to BU, beat them as well. Went to Yale, beat them. Colgate. Biggest win of the year was probably in Chestnut Hill at Boston College. Yep. That's a Power 5 school. They lost to Maine, which is probably the turning point in the year. Went 19-1 in conference after that. Just a whole lot of credit to the Quinnipiac Bobcats, a team that continues to give Fairfield issues year in and year out, but it didn't matter this time. Fairfield has won for a 3rd straight year.
Yeah, it did not matter. Like you said, credit to them. Quinnipiac fought tooth and nail to the last horn here, and I'm sure Logan will be back in this position very, very quickly. Yeah,
they will, and there's a lot of changes here. It'll be interesting now to see who gets automatic bids. My assumption is Quinnipiac will not get one. It will be very difficult, especially to make that case after losing to Fairfield twice, not winning the tournament. So it could be very interesting down the stretch. A lot of questions were if Fairfield got beat by Quinnipiac, what would happen? Would they get the automatic bid? Those questions are put to the side now due to the fact that they have won the tournament for yet again 3 straight years. An absolute incredible job by the university, the staff, all the players. Some of these players have been here for all 4 years with Coach Carly Thibault Dudanis. Just an incredible accomplishment for the Fairfield Stags. But let me tell you, I give a lot of credit to Quinnipiac. Katie Lamro fought through a lot of things in the last 24 hours. Did not play great, did enough, though, to get another victory. again, it's a full effort thing. It's a full school thing. It really is impressive, not only for Connecticut basketball, but for these Fairfield Stags as well.
Yeah, Logan, I couldn't have said it better myself. This has been just a joy to watch, a joy to call and be a part of. MAAC basketball truly is bigger than it's ever been, and it's only going to get bigger.
It's only going to get bigger indeed. And a game that went relatively fast, just north of 8 o'clock here. What an excellent time it was here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Here on Monday night, we'd like to thank you for spending part of your Monday night here at Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall listening to WVOF. We're still going to be in it for basketball. It's another win for Fairfield. WVOF will travel to the tournament as well. What a win. Fairfield wins their 3rd straight.